Hello everybody, Happy New Year, and welcome to another live stream, good start to the year, on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. That's me, I am Johnny Chiodini. Hello, this is my first stream of 2023. Fuck 2022, it's dead, it's gone. May it rot. What are we painting today? That's a great question, everybody. Today we are painting, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, a tiny pig. Really feel like the preview image did not do justice to how small this little pig is. It is very small and very cute. I will tell you about it in just a second. But first I have a super chat from Ducks Piloting a Mech, brackets formerly Thomas Ogden. Is that the ducks that are piloting a mech were formerly piloting Thomas Ogden? Anyway, it reads, "Hi Johnny and LSPs, hope everyone enjoyed their holidays and glad to see you back. Hope Pig is doing well. What games are you looking forward to playing most this year?" Oh goodness. What's even coming out this year? I need to look that up. Hang on, let me Google that. Games coming out in 2023. Let's see. Oh, I can't wait for Final Fantasy 16. Fucking none of these so far. Blood Bowl 3. Gosh. Biggest games of 2023. Spoken. Not that, certainly. Wow, I'm not looking forward to any of these. Octopath Traveler 2, the day before. Not. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Not. Maybe. Oh, System Shock remake, that's fun. I didn't finish Breath of the Wild, but there's another one of those. That sounds nice. Oh, Redfall. I'm intrigued by Redfall. There we go, that's one. Anyway, hi everyone. I mentioned that I mentioned Hades 2. Yeah, that's a good one. I mentioned well, oh my god. I really need to brush off the cobwebs here. Fucking hell, Claire de Bear's done the blood pair. Give me 1 second. So, yes, this is from Grebo Games, and it is for it's for a Blood Bowl team that are it's porks. So I think these are like orcs. So this is meant to be a goblin, which is why it's so teeny tiny. But I thought I'd use it as like a bench mascot for my Norse team in Blood Bowl because they have little beer boars that I've painted before. So I'm just going to paint up this little pig, which won't take 4 hours, which is how long we're going to be live for. So then I think I might crack on with this Imperator Titan, which I've had on my shelf for ages and needs to finish because it's a gift for someone. So I'll crack on with that, and then we'll sort of see where we end up, basically. So we'll go from a very tiny model to an epic scale model, haha. And then we'll go from there. Yes, Claire de Bear has done a sticker, as I briefly mentioned before. It is of a pear. Now, obviously a pear is a piece of fruit. It's larger at the bottom than it is at the top. But this one also has arms and legs and a face, and for reasons unknown, but evidently quite suspicious, it's got a mug, and that mug is full of a viscous red liquid that I can only assume is blood. So that's troubling. And we're, straight off the blocks, we've got a pear with a mug of blood. So that's nice. Titan Uranus has done super chat saying, "Oi oi Savaloi, Happy New Year," and other apposite remarks and greetings. Oi oi Savaloi to yourself, Titan Uranus. I don't think I've ever had a Savaloi. Partly because every time I go to a chip shop, if I want a sausage, there's a battered sausage right there. Whereas a Savaloi, they just sort of sit in the dish of water, looking all sort of pink and like in their weird little like skins. And this just doesn't seem nice. Jack Wood says, right, I'm off. I have an interview for and job in a few minutes. Good luck, Jack. Break a leg, smash it. I hope you absolutely nail it. I hope it goes really well. Aidan focuses on a super sticker of a Shiba Inu, which is sort of standing on its hind legs and occasionally punching the air and going, how's it going? It's going pretty well, Aidan. Thank you. I had, was it a restful holiday? Not really. I basically, the Christmas break was mostly dominated by waiting for the results on Watson's health. But the good news is she's in the clear. So for those of you not following along, my dog had 2 tumours removed. But it seems like we got them early enough. So we're not really... Obviously, we're going to keep an eye on her, but we're not at the minute concerned about them returning. Anyway, welcome to the first episode of... Well, you know what? I've already found it. So this isn't really a full episode of Non-Binary Person Looks for a Paint in a Box of Paints. It was more of like a teaser for this season. We'll call it that. Let's see. Will says, I went for a Savoy on my way back from therapy the other day. I didn't feel like I'd stomach a battered sausage after a CBT session. Good Lord. Nomad36 says, what are your thoughts about Hasbro wanting to get royalties from players streaming and making videos about D&D? I think it's going to piss a lot of people off, quite frankly. I think it's going to alienate quite a lot of people. So, yeah. I'm not overly surprised, to be honest with you, because I think like the average D&D player is worth like $5 maybe to Wizards, whereas when you think about how much the average Magic the Gathering player is worth to them, I imagine there are some people up there at Hasbro who don't really understand what they have on their hands going, why this popular game not make as much money as this popular game? Who make money out of this? And someone says, well, creators. And they go, well, fleece them. So I'll be honest with you, I think there's going to be some backtracking going on, but so it goes. Anyway, painting, yes, I remember. Will says in caps, greasy food isn't good after you've been doing a lot of personal introspection. You're all filthy little perverts. Alex Simpkins on a super chat saying, random dinosaur fact for the new year. Hello, yes please. T-Rex lived closer in time to the invention of the iPhone than it did to the existence of the Stegosaurus. Wow. That's impressive. And yet I feel like a T-Rex would have had more to do with a Stegosaurus. It can't exactly use an iPhone. It's got tiny little hands. So I am actually brushing on just a bit of white surface primer onto this model because I primed this a long time ago and some of the primer actually chipped off. So I'm just sort of touching some bits of it with primer so that paint will actually adhere, but also it's kind of like doing a cheeky underpaint because I'm not going to do it on the bottom half. And then we'll just kind of paint a pig, paint it sort of pink. I'm going to glaze some red onto the cheeks. It's got a little back... It's not a backpack, it's kind of like a... it's almost like a shield or a bit of protective armour on its back. So we've got some like leather to paint around here. Should be quite fun. Nice little pig. Nice Switch is in chat. Hello. Is it your birthday? Sarah, is it your birthday? Also, are you... Wait, no. Will typed birthday instead of New Year. The Nice Switch says, is it my birthday? It's not... Stand down, everyone. It's not the Nice Switch's birthday. But hello, Nice Switch. I hope you're well. I hope you had a lovely festive break. Hang on. I'm just going to put some music in my ears so I can pump myself up a bit. La 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 la. I feel a little bit rusty. I'll be honest, because I haven't painted since those Christmas models in early December, and I haven't streamed in a few weeks. So let's get back into it, shall we? Will says, everyone wish Nice Witch a happy birthday so I don't sound like an idiot. That's not how that works. Also, don't play that out loud. Play it through my headphones, please. Good times. So how was everyone's break? Was everyone okay? Are you all right? I hope you had a nice restful time and that the year is going well for you so far. There we go. There's some music in my ear holes. Well, just one ear hole. Anonymous says very cold. Leah McClaw says painting a pig. Suddenly I'm reminded of the adage about lipstick. Oh no, Charlie Stack says all my family came down with COVID. Very fun, brackets not. That sucks. Ooh, just another broke nerd met Ginny Dye. That's impressive. I hope that was very nice. Just waiting for this to dry and then we'll crack right in. Here we go. Cookie Cat 94 says it was stress, but also too damn warm. Darn warm. Did meet many new dogs. New dogs are good though, aren't they? Right. Oh no, Yasmin W says, I got surprise braces over the break and I still can't eat solid food. Can't say I'm thrilled with how the year's going for me so far. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. I remember when I got braces as a teen. It sucked, but it was so painful the next day. I couldn't eat solid foods as you're finding. And I remember my dad had made a curry, like a chicken curry for dinner, and I was going out to meet some friends, and we were all going to Pizza Hut. But obviously, I couldn't eat pizza, so I was like, oh, I'll eat at home. And so Dad took some of just the curry, not rice or anything. Took some of the curry and he ran it through the blender, and then that went over some like penne pasta, like the little tubes. And I just sat there by myself at the dining room table, at the dinner table, just sort of putting an individual piece of liquid curry pasta in my mouth and then like swallowing it like a duck. Just be like, bah, bah, bah. It was one of the worst meals of my life as an experience. Like, it didn't taste bad, but it was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. So there we go. Chaos says, Johnny, will you be joining our excitement for boarding actions? Delightful 500 point 40k forces with extremely silly restrictions. I haven't looked at any of this. I kind of just assumed it was a kill team thing, so I don't know the first thing about it. So, TBD. I will have a look and see if that's what I fancy. Because, I love smaller scale stuff, to be honest with you. So that would be nice. Hopefully I'll get involved. K Galaxia says, I got some Cadians and Dark Tide, so hopefully some fun ideas. Also, making videos again. I have... I can't talk this year. This year's going to be hard. I really like Dark Tide. I haven't played it in ages, but I really, really like that game. Also, Cadians look like kind of fun to work on. So, I hope you're having a good time with that. Also, I know how much you enjoy the creative process, so I hope making videos is treating you very, very well. Anonymous says there ain't no party like a boarding party, because a boarding party don't stop. Never a truer word spoken. Thuri Weaver got given the Votan army box for Christmas, so I get to paint some eggs. Hot dang! I haven't painted eggs in a while. Predictably, I've stalled on painting the eggs because I still have to finish off the massive tank. So I think I'm going to assemble the wizard thing and go from there. Mr. Tom for the win says, I've played one mission in Dark Tide and it seems very good. I just don't like playing with randos. There are you can do private matches now at least, so it's not ideal running around with 3 bots, but if you get even just one person that you know playing with you, it's just nice. Well, currently it looks like I'm trying to make either a Dalmatian or a Tim Burton model, but oh god, that's clumsy. It's fine. Oh no! Look, rather do it that way and tidy it up than try and do it after painting a load of pink, hey? Okay. Just wanted to get some shadows in the mouth. That sounds weird. Shadows in the mouth. Shadows and mouth, Maximus. Let's get some kitchen roll here. Oh, that's got resin in it. Hang on. Get rid of that shit. Here we go. All right. Oh, Benny42 is in chat. Says, hello, pals. How is everyone? Doing all right, thanks, Benny. Slowly blowing off the cobwebs and getting back into all of this streaming and painting and talking coherently nonsense. So far, it's going. I wouldn't say it's going brilliantly, but it's going. Cameron says his Shadows in the Mouth, a Philip Pullman novel. That is good. That's the sort of reference I wanted to make and missed. Manuel Riveros is on a super chat saying, hey Johnny, a little something for you and Pig as a thank you. Just got approved for a 2-year postdoc. This community has been amazing to keep me motivated while I was unemployed. Congratulations, Manuel. That sounds absolutely amazing. I hope you are taking some time to celebrate and just generally treat yourself and just bask in what you've done, because that sounds absolutely phenomenal. Meanwhile, hello everyone. Welcome to the first official episode this year of Non-Binary Person Looks Through a Box of Paints Looking for a Specific Paint. Today we are looking for Kislev Flesh, I think. Which I found. That's weird. But I don't actually think I want to use it, having looked at that, so we're just going to sort of browse the box. There we go. I knew I had something. I knew I had something more violent. Emperor's Children. Right. We're going to go proper, like, Percy Pig, violent pink colours today. So we'll also need some pale sand, because we're not made of wood. Come on. And there's Pale Flesh as well by Vallejo, so that'll probably work. There we go. Quinn Gray is on a super chat saying, I just finished my first and second minis. These streams are such excellent inspiration. Brackets, boulettes are great to start with. Glad to see you again. Well, congrats on the first and second minis, Quinn. Welcome to the hobby. The only way is up from here. And I hope they are treating you very, very well. Oh my god. Will says bring on the Deceiver. Will, that's a great idea. Where's it gone? Hello, welcome back to Non-Binary Person Looks Through a Box of Paints Looking for a Specific Paint. Today we're looking for what it promises to be a very violent orange. It's not. Heavy orange, says Vallejo. Salmon pink is what comes out the fucking bottle. So there we go. Paul Howard says, what is your neonist pink? It's in between these three: Fulgrim Pink, Emperor's Children, and bizarrely Heavy Orange. Alyssa says, time to have a painting break because I'm putting off painting the rims of my latest Nun batch. Painting the rims of bases is boring. Oh, I am going to paint the base of this little guy today. We're going to do it in the same Frost style. I've done the team and indeed the team bus, this mammoth, which is normally for a Song of Ice and Fire, but instead is just the team bus for a Norse team. Your nuns are looking great though, Alyssa. I mean, your painting has come on in not even leaps and bounds. Like, we're talking like massive, like anime, like planet spanning giant leaps. It's very cool. The Nicer Witch, which I suspect is actually Shaw's the Great and Powerful, has done a super chat saying it's lovely to see/read you all again. Hello, I hope you are all right. Anonymous says, talking coherently, why change a winning concept? Fair. Shipwrecks Vid says, my daughter just did Ox Venture level cheese of her first boss fight in her campaign. Brilliant. Nice Witch says, wait, there's a nicer one? Nah. Oh, look. Oh, God, it's doing it again. Where it almost put some orange out. So that is Vallejo's Heavy Orange. Salmon. Should we start with that? I don't think we start with that. I think what we start with is Emperor's Children. Oh, Tiefling says that ice base is gorgeous. Thanks. It's just a combination of some blues, so to sort of simulate lighter and darker patches. But then, no, Green Stuff World, you'll see it later, but Green Stuff World has a fantastic frost effect. It's just a saline solution that forms crystals while it dries, and it just looks brilliant. So it's very, very easy. Lucas says, just caught a shiny Metapod. Hello, surprise bug. Congrats on the shiny Metapod, Lucas. Oh, there we go. That's more what we want. I actually don't think the Deceiver's gonna come in handy. Oh, I saw somebody earlier. Hang on. Lee McClure says, what advice would you give someone who wants to start painting minis? Do not feel like you have to do the scheme that's on the box. Get comfortable. Paint either, like, try and paint with your wrists together. So I plant my elbows on the table like this and pop my wrists together so that I've got really good control over my brush and the miniature. Some people like to put the miniature down here and bend over to it, but that just kills my back and neck. So mind your posture, because if you enjoy it, you'll be doing this a lot. Be comfortable, which factors in. Don't feel like you have to follow the paint scheme on the box for the mini. Start out painting some miniatures that you think you'd be excited to paint, that just get you excited, because enthusiasm will carry you a long way. There are lots of friendly people out there who will be happy to give you tips. Obviously, there are some asshole gatekeepers as well, but hopefully we can all avoid those. And yeah, just generally have a go. Like, it's something that comes just with practice, basically. There are lots of tutorials on YouTube as well. I started teaching myself to paint by following Duncan Rhodes' tutorials back when he worked at Warhammer TV, and then I sort of started looking around and finding other techniques. Why do I sound bunged up? Excuse me. I'm gonna mute my mic for a sec, because you don't want to hear this. That's better. Where's me brush? Oh, Mr. Seam Corvette is in chat. Hello, I hope you're very well. I hope you had a lovely break. I can't believe it's already the 9th of January, frankly, but here we are. Time races ever onward. And what better way to spend some of it than painting a little pig? This paint is going to need a second coat, if I am not mistaken. Lex Dark One says, "Oh my god, such a cutie!" This whole team, made by Grebo Games, is brilliant. They're just like lovely, chaotic little pigs running around. I think I'm going to do the nose just like with Kisler flesh. It's a bit more peach coloured. So I want it to stand out a little bit. There's also, right, a little line here to separate the leg from the trotter. But I wasn't really aware that pig's trotters were differently coloured to the legs. You know, like, I'm not going to paint that black because that's not how they work. But what colour are pig's trotters, if not also just pink, you know? I think I'll just paint them pink for now, and then we'll see where we get to. Benny42 says, even though I don't fully understand the reference, I think there's a ham cave pun in there somewhere. So, to explain the reference there, on the Discord, there is a channel for talking about wargaming, basically. And there's a channel for painting as well. But Warhammer kind of commonly gets abbreviated to HAM. And because everyone in that that chat is sort of, wow, they're just lovely little goblins, but, you know, sort of goblins nonetheless. You know, it's kind of like, it's a little cave where they all hang out and everyone's just a little bit weird. Well, not weird, but, you know, just ham goblins. Will says not even vaguely commonly. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it's the ham cave. It's where you can find people talking about ham. Linon says, "Hey Johnny, are you meaning to make refs to youth movies? It's not going well and it's not going badly, and hurrah, another year." I have no idea what youth movies is. No idea. Alex Simpkin has done a super chat saying, "Hey Johnny, sorry for my bad memory, but what's your PO box? As I've got a few custom minis I'd like to send." And then with a pirate flag and a swan, which makes me feel like a chorus swan is in the offing there, I will paste it in just 1 second. The tip of the trotters are a lot like human nails, much like horses' hooves. Hermit Prime says, "I tried to put a wash on some wood, but it came out too shiny. Anyone have any advice?" If you have any medium, like Lamian medium is what Citadel calls it, just brush some of that over and it'll take the shine right off it. If we're talking about still miniature painting rather than actual wood. That's Luna yelling. Dan Keller says, "Is there not another there's not another super secret ham cave that's even more perverted?" Yeah, that's the true ham cave. But anyway. Linon says, "Hey Johnny, check out youth movies. They're a band. Andy has a shirt that references them, but it's actually a wrestling shirt, weirdly." Oh, right. I didn't realise. Okay. Lucas says, "Johnny, don't you have a matte clear paint thingy?" Yes, I do. I've got glaze medium and also just the Citadel medium. Anyway, here's a pig. It's turning pink. The Deceiver's... this is bizarre. The Deceiver's actually looking orange these days when it used to be a salmon pink. Maybe I've just got rid of enough of the base paint that it has become the orange it always claimed to be. Either way, it's kind of perfect for the nose. Hee 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 hee. Okay. So, let's block in the leather colour. Welcome back to Non-Binary Person Looks for a Box of Paints. Today we're looking for probably Rhinox hide. Or just any rich brown colour, really. There she is. There we go. Bovine says, "Seems quite flashy pink on camera." Yeah, the Deceiver, I don't know, it's more orange than it used to be, but still quite flashy, so. Don't know why Luna's screaming, but there we go. Anna Christea says, "Never been in one of these streams before, but you've officially become one of my comfort channels." Oh, thank you very much. That's very, very kind. Comforting is what I aim for, generally speaking. There are many, many channels out there where you can find people just screaming if you want, but yeah, chill is what I aim for, basically. Oh, fuck. Chill's what I aim for. Shit! I messed up painting that. I'm going to find a smaller brush. Corvus Albright has done a super chat saying, "New Year haiku for New Year haiku. Another year gone. New shenanigans ensure. Have a Jaeger bomb." Oh, I mean, bizarrely, we're now into, technically, the 3rd year of this channel operating. So it's the channel's 2nd birthday in April, but this is the 3rd year it's been running. And I still haven't had a Jaeger bomb. I'll fix it one day, probably. Garena Rain has done another super sticker. This one is... no, wait. Was it Garena Rain that did it before? No, it's just Garena Rain normally does the blood pair. Garena Rain has done a sticker... and it's of a pair, the same pair as before. It doesn't have a mug of blood, but it's sort of showing its back, and then it turns around, and whoa, it's wearing sunglasses! And it sort of keeps pulling them down and being like, hey! And there's some text that says, hey, you! As if to say, like, hey, you! Like, you know, just like a cool turning around kind of greeting thing. Danilla Dragon says, have a Jaeger bomb on the birthday stream if you plan to do one. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think I'll just have a Jaeger bomb at some point and film it, so I don't then have to stream having had a Jaeger bomb. Do you know what I mean? Because those things are sugary and boozy. And, you know, what if I feel really sick after drinking one? Right. At the end, maybe. Corvus Albright says, I recently became acquainted with a recipe for a Jaegerita, if that idea is more appealing. No, it isn't. Imagine taking Jaeger and making it into a long drink. Absolutely not. Also, if I'm having a Rita anything, it's either a margarita or a lagerita. Why would I deny myself the pleasure of an actual nice drink? Actually, on New Year's, I saw my neighbours, because I'm friends with quite a few people sort of in the building. And they were like, oh, should we drop round? I was like, yeah, come on over. We got some pals here. And they went, okay, do you like whiskey cocktails? I was like, sure, yeah. So they dropped round with old fashions, but these were kind of like a different type of old fashioned that was meant to have... Shit, what was it? Green chartreuse in. But they didn't have any, so they Googled alternatives for green chartreuse, and apparently Jaeger turned up. Like, I'd had half of this thing before I knew there was Jaeger in it, and it was delicious. You couldn't tell, so, you know. There it is. Ducks piloting a mech, brackets, formerly Thomas Ogden. I swear in the break I meant to get my ability to speak properly back, but here we are. Ducks piloting a mech, brackets, formerly Thomas Ogden, has done a super chat saying, wondering what film you always recommend others to watch. For me, it's Dogma. I love that film. I think more people need to see it. For me, it's probably Pontypool, which is a Canadian horror film, which is great. If you don't know anything about it and you don't mind horror, just watch it. I love it. It's very, 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 very good. And then, inevitably, if anyone talks to me for long enough, I'll start talking about dog soldiers. Because that's just what I do. Vintage Alicia has done a sticker, a super sticker, and it's of a peach. Just an innocent little peach. Just a piece of fruit. You know, a peach. But wait, there's something different about this peach. The shape of the thing, and the way it is artistically rendered, with the sort of, you know, the indent in it being quite pronounced, and the shadow falling across it, makes it look quite a lot like a butt. Like a human butt. Thank you, Vintage Alicia. Interesting. Nice, which says, weird, because the only films that were ever made are both Paddington movies. I've never seen either of the Paddington movies. I haven't seen either. Sorry, hang on a minute. Oh, okay, that's why my phone's going off all the time. Okay. Right. Go watch the Paddington films right now. Now is not a good time to watch the Paddington films. Unless you want this stream to be me watching the Paddington films, and you can't watch them with me because I'd get the channel taken down. It's just like, I just haven't seen them yet. It's not like I'm avoiding them. It's not like I don't want to see them. I just haven't seen them yet. Everybody calm down. It's okay. Right. The good news is I'm quite excited to keep working on this model because currently I hate how it looks. So there's motivation there already. I think in particular the eyes are going to drive me to distraction. Which kind of makes it sound like I'm into the pig. That's not what I mean. That's when the trouble started. That smile. That damn smile. Okay, it is pretty cute though, this thing. Right. I think what we'll do now is get some different pink. Alyssa says, good to know Johnny isn't David Cameron. He's in Nice with his trotters up. Where's the twat? Emma Benton says, good morning, friends. Happy New Year. Lovely to see you all. My continued apologies to anyone who follows me on Twitter who has been putting up with me shouting about Dragon Age for 2 weeks. You have been talking about Dragon Age quite a lot, but I'm glad you like it. That's, I didn't mean that as a criticism. I think it's lovely that you like Dragon Age quite as much as you do, That's a stupid way of mingling these two colours, but I've done it. So we're going to go over this sort of very raw pink with a lighter shade of pink. And just sort of, build up a more sensible colour. They said, painting a pig that's meant for a sports game. And just kind of try and layer up the model a bit. Thin coats. There we go. Manuel Rivera says, Happy New Year. Would you recommend Dragon Age 2? I've had it in my library for a while now and never touched it. I played it when it came out, and you know what? I thought it was bollocks. Sorry, everyone. I really tried with it, and I played it for quite a while and just thought, I hate this. Maybe I'd feel differently about it now. I don't know. I'm not sure. But, yeah. I remember being very excited about it, because sort of the cinematic trailer of Hawk... Was it Hawk, the guy? Sort of fighting that thing, and like I know it's a a pre-rendered thing, and it's not illustrative of gameplay. Oh god, I've accidentally given this pig a cataract. I know it's not actually indicative of gameplay, but it just thematically seems so cool. I was like, who is this character? I love this. I can't wait to meet him. And then I played it and was like, I hate this. Dave Gresham says 1 equals great, 2 equals bollocks, Inquisition equals absolutely incredible. Oh, Lou Jones is in chat. Says, I came in at the wrong, brackets, right time. Oh, yeah, well. Listen, you're not late, nor are you early. You arrive precisely when you mean to. As the adage goes on the channel. How are you, Lou? I'm painting a little pig. Okay, so it's still a very violent pink, but I think you'll all agree it's relatively more muted. So that's a good sign. I also don't like what I've done with the nose, so I'm going to put some Kislev flesh straight on there. If I can find it. I got it out earlier, where is it? What? Oh no, I put it back. But I do want to use it. Did I put it back? Good news, everyone. We're 39 minutes into the first stream of the year, and I am confusing and scaring myself. Welcome back to Non-Binary Person Looks Through a Box of Paints. Today, what the hell have I done? I put it back, it's okay. Phew. Mark one says, but that's our job. I know. The nice which says, lovely horses. Oh yeah, there are horses on my cutting mat. And I'm almost dropping the paintbrush. I just don't like horses, and it's fine that you do, and I know lots of other people do. I just don't like them. There's horsey people I have difficulty with. I don't think Kislev Flesh is going to be the one on this either, but... Nice, which says, correction, lovely horse and war horse. Oh, that's a bit nicer. Okay, we can work with that. Silent Cobb has done a very big super chat. It's very generous of you. Thank you very much, Silent Cobb. I don't know if there was meant to be a message attached to that, because currently it is blank, or whether your username is indicative of the fact that you do not wish to speak. If the former, please just type a message and I will read it out with all sorts of, all the same ceremony I would read any super chat. And if not, then thank you very much for your generosity. That is very, very kind. Nicewitch says, I don't like horses, they say, with horses surrounding them. Listen, Nicewitch, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Okay? I have genuinely spent a huge part of the day talking about horses and how great they are. Well, Nicewitch, that's your burden. That's yours to live with, isn't it? That's not my fault. Okay. Let us block in the tongue and the teeth. Emma Benton says, why don't you have more whales then, Johnny? Because I can't fit a whole fucking whale on my desk. Can I, Emma? Also, I don't hate whales. I'm afraid of whales. They're scary. I'm actually fascinated by them. I kind of love them, but they scare the shit out of me. It's different, you know? I'm scared of and fascinated by whales. I find horses tedious and I don't like them. I contain multitudes. Will says, have you considered horses the best of all the animals? Listen, just because you've been brainwashed by surprisingly catchy magazine advert music doesn't mean I have to be. Lou says, you hate whales, W-A-L-E-S. I'm half listening while I work. No, Lou. I hate W-H-A-L-E-S. No, I don't hate the animal. I'm afraid of whales. They're just too big, mate. They're scary. They scare the shit out of me, genuinely. The Nicewitch, all in caps, sings, they're my friends. The thing is, that is a bop, that song. I love horses, best of all the animals. I love horses, they're my friends. Lies. Yasmin W says, Johnny's afraid of Welsh people, we might sing at him. You know what? So, when I first started out in my career, I worked at ITN, or Independent Television News, the offices of which are on the Gray's Inn Road in London. Interestingly, on the same road that my great-grandfather lived when he first moved to London from Italy. But anyway, we, on Fridays, would go to a pub called the Calthorpe Arms and have some drinks and generally just complain about things. No, but basically we go for drinks on a Friday to unwind and start the weekend. And opposite was like a Welsh, I don't know what you call it, community centre, social club. But anyway, there was there was one of those. There was a building there where Welsh people would typically congregate, and there was a men's choir that used to sing there. And in the summer, there would be the windows open in the pub, but also the windows open there, and you just hear this beautiful singing drift over the road. It was absolutely amazing. There was one very dramatic Friday actually when they were singing like with gusto, as every Welsh men's choir does. But also somebody had deposited a cigarette in the sort of wall-mounted cigarette bin outside this building, and the bin had caught fire. So there were like plumes of smoke coming up, just like while these guys were absolutely belting out some solid choral bangers. It was amazing. It was also something like, God, how long ago was it? It was 15 years ago now. Oh, God, was it 15 years ago? It was. I've been doing this for 15 years. Please, please, I know some of you are already typing, haha, I was 3 or something in chat. Yeah. Well, that's something, isn't it? Fucking hell. Thank you to everyone who's chipping in with their ages that were older than. Well, thank you to the people who are older than me chipping in with their ages, basically. It's less like an I'm getting old thing and more like an oh wow, that doesn't feel that long ago. There you go, Alex Simpkin was 10. Up yours, Alex. Fuck's sake. Right. Everything's coming on alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this little back piece here. I'm just going to paint it in metal and then I'm going to put some Verdigris over it to match my team, the Norse team. Because they've all got this kind of... Oh no, I didn't put any Verdigris on this. I'll show you the players in a bit, but yeah, we need metal. Manuel Rivero says, my back feels like I'm 60. Does that count? Petrolia says, would the colour on the piglet's nose not be better as an overall skin tone? I'm not sure how realistic the goal is. It would be better as an overall skin tone, but I want this to be non-realistic. Basically, what I'm going to do is... I've been working with these pinks, and I've done a sort of a mix of these two, and then I'm just going to paint this one on, and then I'm going to start adding progressively more cream-coloured paint to make it lighter, just to make it sort of cartoonish, because it's just cute and silly. Ronnie says, damn, that's when I moved to the UK. Dang. Also, hello, Ronnie. I hope you're well. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. Did I miss a super chat? Says Titan Uranus. Yes, I did. Adam G is on a super chat saying, you're afraid of whales? That's nothing to blubber about. Nice, which says M&S are about to send Johnny a cease and desist. Good old Percy Pig. Percy Pig's older than me. Percy Pig's been going for time. I think, anyway. But, you know, Percy Pig deserves to outlive us all. Although, right, let's be real here. All of the sort of Percy Pig, like, spin-off stuff they're making. Like, you can get a Percy Pig drink now. Fuck off. We like Percy Pigs, the sweets, and... I'll be honest, a lot of my childhood birthdays were Percy Pig cakes, which was just a big cake in the shape of Percy Pig's head. Those are the acceptable forms of Percy Pig. I'll maybe make an allowance for the fizzy tails if you're into that sort of thing. But, like, you don't need a carbonated pig. You know? Even if it is Percy, objectively one of the best pigs ever. Titan Uranus says whales, this is a super chat, whales are baleen, mean killing machines. And CookieCat94 has done a super chat saying, what's a killer whale's favourite pasta? Penguini. That one I quite enjoyed, in fairness. I tried to write an essay on different types of whales back when I was at university, but I didn't get a very good mark. It didn't have the proper citations. Vegan Lightfoot says, what game is the mini for? It's for Blood Bowl. Well, I mean, this is a third-party miniature, so actually on their site it's for fantasy football, but it's for Blood Bowl, basically. Cameron says, you wouldn't carbonate a pig? No, I wouldn't. Ronnie says, Colin the Caterpillar jellies get a pass because they're long. Yeah. See, Colin the Caterpillar is another institution. The stupid smashed-up Colin the Caterpillar cake jars. Don't mash up Colin the Caterpillar. You've got to give him a soldier's death by cutting his head off. Right, so that's the metal done. So we'll put the verdigris on that later, probably as the last step. So let's go back to the skin, why not? Right. Wow. Rouge Rogue 94 says, I play a few mobile games, so I fully understand the fear of whales. It's niche, but I'll take it. I liked that. That was good fun. Goodness me. Will says that's Colin the Chrysalis. Very good. See, if they actually called it Colin the Chrysalis, I'd be into it. Neck of the Kitty says, how's your house pig, Johnny? Recovering nicely? Which is weird, because house pig is actually what I'm called in this house. I'm house pig. But Watson, the piglet, is... Yeah, she's doing well, thanks. So she had the first procedure, had stomach surgery. God, it must be about 6 weeks ago now, probably. And that incision's healed beautifully, and we got the results back. We got the scan results back, and they were all fine, so that's good. And then she had the mass removed from her knee a few weeks ago now, and that came back as low grade, so she's fine there as well. But unfortunately, we took her in, and they took the stitches out too early, and the incision reopened overnight, so she had to have the stitches put back in. So she's still got stitches, and we still have to sort of keep her away from our own leg. They're staying in for 3 weeks as a precaution. So to be honest with you, she's doing and feeling absolutely fine, but we can't take her out on big walks or let her off the lead outside for like another 10, 11 days. And at this point, she's not been on a proper walk in like 6 weeks, and she's just bored. Like, she's lost half a kilo in muscle mass. Like, her shoulders are really skinny now, and like they're normally rippling with muscles. Yeah, she's doing fine. She's just bored, and we feel bad that we're keeping her in and all that kind of stuff. But it's not for much longer, and then we can just get on with going to the woods and running around with sticks and just generally being a good pig. Tight Urania says, what's the deal with house pig? That's quite the handle to end up with. The day after my spouse and I got married, they said, I think it was either husband or husby as a joke. It was husby, actually. And I misheard and thought they said house pig, and that was it. It stuck. So I'm house pig. So when Watson and I are hanging out, we're just a couple of pigs, just pigging it. You know, just pig stuff. Here's a little pig. Camera says, is your partner spouse pig? Not on your life, no. They are not spouse pig. Abadosian Chulak 2 says, would you consider painting a pig to look like Watson? Watson's brindle. It's too much work. All those different tones and the stripes and stuff. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it justice. Just gonna hit these teeth again. Make sure they're really nice pearly whites. It's hard to see on the webcam, but I'm actually quite pleased with how this skin layering's going. I'm having quite a nice time with it. Tim Hutchinson says, can we get a close-up of the little pig there? I'm having trouble making head or tails of it. Hopefully this is sort of close enough, because that's the focal length. So you see it's just sort of sat down. Actually, staffies kind of sit like this quite a bit. And then it's got like this band around its tummy. And then there's... Wait a minute. Was there a joke in there? No. And then there's a little back plate. And then there it is. It's very cute. I'm debating what to do about the nostrils here, whether I should put like a little shade in there. Probably will, actually. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. Welcome back to Non-Binary Person Looks for a Box of Paints. Today we're looking for Rikon Flesh Shade. I suppose Caribou Crimson could work. Maybe that's too red. It's proving elusive. It normally does. Seraphim Sepia, absolutely not. There it is. Neck of the Kitty says, what's this pig's role in fantasy football? The role of this particular pig is to sit on the sidelines and look cute. It's kind of just a team mascot. But they're called beer boars in Blood Bowl. I'll show you. Okay, why not? Whoops. So, whoop, nearly fell over. There we go, great. So, in Blood Bowl, you get these things. These are beer boars, as their little signs say. And they are players on the team. They're little boars, and each has a barrel of beer on them. And they can get near your fallen pieces if they get knocked over and help them get up. So they're kind of just lovely little pigs with like a 5% beer on their backs. So there's kind of like a pig theme going on in this team. So I wanted to have I found that little pig when I was tidying up the other day, and I thought that'd be nice to just have in the box, really. Minnehaha Sybil says, I think when you say fantasy football, you mean something different than the one I know. Yes, indeed. But Blood Bowl is... Yeah, I mean, Blood Bowl's just fucking brilliant. But obviously, other miniature manufacturers aren't allowed to sell miniatures for specifically Blood Bowl. So they just call it fantasy football. And everybody knows what they mean. Right, there we go. There's a bit of shade there. I'm actually going to give a cheeky little shade to these teeth to separate them out. Do the tongue as well. And just down here on the feet. Cool. Will says technically the proper name for a beer boar is camera member. I love it. That's very, very good. Adam G says, what is this pig originally from then? This pig is originally from Grebo Games, and they have made it for fantasy football or Blood Bowl, but they're just a non-official mini manufacturer. So this isn't for a different game, it's for the same game, it's just not official. Okay, there we go. Also put a bit of shade under the ears. Not that cleanly, I'll admit. I'll have to tidy that up. But just to give sort of a sense that the ears are properly folded over there. I'll be honest, I thought I was going to paint this in no time whatsoever, but we've been going for a whole hour and I'm still painting this tiny pig. But it's quite nice, really. It's quite therapeutic. Nicer, it says, okay, it's work time for me, brackets crowd boos. Take care, Skellies. Lovely to see you all. And Johnny again with a heart emote. Take care, Nice Witch. I hope you have a very easy and lovely time at work. I hope you get to drive the bus. And yeah, I just hope the rest of your day goes swimmingly. Flora says, are you allowed to use non-official minis when competing in Blood Bowl? It depends. For example, the league I run, the league of which I'm co-commissioner, yeah, absolutely. An official Games Workshop tournament, like in Warhammer World, absolutely not. They will not let you. So it depends, really. So I'm going in with a slightly lighter pink now. Doing another layer, but like in a smaller area. They say. Absolutely hammering the miniature with this colour. Just trying to build up that colour again and just trying to layer it, really. Manuel Riveros says, what would you recommend more? Paint a single mini at a time or paint the same step across a bunch of minis at a time? I would say it depends on mainly two things for me. Firstly, what sort of standard are you trying to paint to? If you're really trying to push yourself, or whether it's just kind of like, it's fine and you get it on the tabletop and just, you know, it's just to get it done and get it out there. Or whether you're really just trying to make a work of art out of each and every one. And also how many minis you need to get through, you know, like what the game is. Because Blood Bowl, you typically have 11 miniatures. The most you can ever have on a team is 16. So I tend, if I'm like really trying to make a team look good, I tend to paint every mini individually because I like the process of really focusing on it. But if I'm not like aiming for the team to be like the best thing I've ever done, I'll paint 2 or 3 at a time. If it's a game like I'm you know, if I'm painting for like say 40k or Warhammer Age of Sigmar or Turnip 28 or something, I will do batches because that is more time effective, basically, I think. But it can be boring. And it can burn you out. Like, I nearly quit painting, actually, because I was doing, like, batches of 20 models, and I felt like I wasn't making progress because it was taking forever, because the one step I'd do wasn't very big, but when I then had to do that same step 20 times, it meant that I was finishing each painting session feeling like I'd done nothing. So I stopped painting in big batches. And I never do a batch bigger than 5 these days, like, ever, because I just don't like doing it. So yeah, really, it's how many models have you got to get through, how much time do you have, and what sort of standard are you going for? There's no wrong answer, it's just what you want to do. Like with the Norse team, I started out painting each one individually, and then by the end I felt like I had a handle on it, so I did a batch of 3, and that sort of got me over the line. So, you know. I've got a few super chats to catch up on. And then I'm going to answer this question about nail polish. Good Luck or a Quick Death has done a super chat. The super chat is silent because Good Luck or a Quick Death is mysterious and generous. Thank you very much, Good Luck or a Quick Death. I hope you're well. I hope you are having a lovely start to the new year. Byron Mullen has done a super chat saying, since New Year equals new things, are there any TTRPGs you think are either interestingly designed or underrated? I like new Cyberpunk one, Past the Orcs, where you build a character / skill set from a song. That sounds amazing. I will say, one of my goals this year is to run some Monster of the Week for some friends. Because I really like the character creation in that. I think it's just razor sharp. And I think it's very, very nice. Other RPGs that I think are interesting or underrated. I wish more people were up for playing the Expanse RPG, because I love the Expanse and I really wanted to run that game. And Will says, have you read or played Spire yet? Because I can't overstate how much I know you'd love it. No, I've got a copy of Heart, but I haven't played Spire, and I know I should, but I haven't yet. Sloth with Shades is on a super chat saying, just leaving a little something here while recharging some of the energy the second wicked cold within 2 weeks sapped from me. Thanks, Johnny. I'm sorry you've had not one but 2 colds in as many weeks. That sounds absolutely rubbish. I hope you're on the mend very, very soon. And then, right, I never remember whether it's Gigi or Gigi. I think it's Gigi. Gigi Rowland says, have you ever done creative work with nail polish? I saw some gorgeous work using nail polish on ceramics. I never have. No, I've never even considered it, to be honest, but that sounds very interesting. Lisa Hunt says, oh no, I'm now aware of the Expanse RPG. Welcome aboard. Oh, Dan Keller says, Quest? I'm looking forward to the sci-fi version whenever that comes out. Yes. Quest, I think, should be, like, I think it's the best beginner-friendly RPG that's out there. Like, in terms of getting to grips with what a role-playing game is and how you play it, and then moving on to more complex games, I think Quest is unrivaled. And it's also free online. They've just made it free, which is such a lovely thing for them to do. Yeah, I think Quest is absolutely sensational. And I did not know there was a sci-fi version coming, so that's exciting. I think they call it Space Quest. Either way, I shall be picking it up because I just think it's magnificent. Cattle to Kappa has done a super chat saying, I saw the most amazing album cover today and thought of you. Search Ellenbogengesellschaft by the band Elender, if you can. I feel like I'm about to be shown a shock image. Yeah, all right. It's a wild boar in a suit of armor with a ruff. That's pretty rad, actually. Thank you for thinking of me. That's very sweet. Hugh says, but if it is free online, how do they make vast hordes of money? Well, they're going to start extorting people. Sorry, one sec. Need to put some more music on. There we go. Ooh. Vegan Lightfoot says, I think Through the Breach is lots of fun. I love the tarot reading character creation and that your campaign has a timer. I'm gonna write that down as well. Look at that later. Oh, it's from Weird Games. Okay, understood. Right. Wayhan Lim says, I'm currently in an occasional but very fun campaign of Monster of the Week where we're all queer pirates in 1815. Well, that sounds bloody delightful. Big fan of that. Okay, so the shade has dried on the nostrils here, and it's a little alarming? No, I think it's okay. No, it's fine. All right, that was a journey, wasn't it? We all really went through something there. Okay, but I am going to do another coat of Kislev flesh on that. And then I want to work on the leather belt, and then I'm going to do some final touches to the skin and the tongue. And then sort of, we're getting near the end of painting this pig, actually. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, I wanted to glaze some red onto the cheeks of this. So... Neko the Kitty says, what is there to paint after this pig? Well, we're going from pig to big, because I've got an Imperator Titan, or an Imperator Titan, I never know which way to say it, which is a model that will be older than some of you in chat, frankly. And it's been on my shelf half painted for the best part of a year, but it's meant to be a gift from my brother, who doesn't know that I have this. He got one of these when he was a kid, but there were bits missing from the kit, so we just took it back and got a refund, and he didn't get a second. So I found one on eBay that wasn't like heinously expensive, and I'm painting it up for him. So that'd be nice. Neko the Kitty says that's a lot less adorable than the pig. It's a giant mech with a church on its back. What's cuter than that? I ask you. Right. So I'm mixing some cream in with the pink now to make a lighter creamish pink. Creamish pink? Pinkish cream. Tiny Rainer says that pig's belly got a steeple on its back. I know exactly, right? GG Rollins says the Shadowrun games were my gateway drug to turn-based RPGs. They were tabletop first, right? Yeah, correct. Shadowrun 6th World is the current edition, and it is not beginner-friendly. I'd go so far as to say that Shadowrun is borderline beginner hostile. I played in a campaign of that for almost a year. No, more than a year. It was really rewarding, and I loved it. And then I started playing in another Shadowrun campaign as a different character, and I realised I never learned how the game works. I just learned how my character worked. So I'd be trying to do different things, and they'd be like, all right, you need to make this check. And I was like, okay, great. How? How do I do that? I'd spent tens of hours playing Shadowrun, and I've no idea how it works. I couldn't run it if you put a bloody gun to my head. It's obscene, which is a shame because I really like the world. It's cyberpunk, but there are, other species like, there's like orcs and elves in it, and there's magic, and I just really like it, but ooh. Britt Kelly says, hey Johnny, I got a squad of Hearthkin warriors and a Carl character model for Christmas. So excited to paint my eggs. Lovely eggs. Lovely space eggs. Who wouldn't want to paint a lovely space egg, you know? Alright. There's that. I'm going to add more cream. Take that even further. Do another highlight. Right. Little highlights now, just to really try and make that pop. I'm not sure how well it comes across on the camera, but there we go. Oh, Davy Jones says, I played Shadowrun for 10 years and it ended last year in a kind of messy breakup. Missed the game. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's always rubbish when things go sort of sideways like that. Ooh. Do a little highlight just around the edge of this little bit of armour to kind of heighten the contrast, I think. Ooh. I put brown paint on the palette and then never used it. I just got completely distracted. Corvus says, Johnny Dearest, have you ever tried playing the isometric Shadowrun games on the X-Bizzle? X-Bizzle. They're available on Game Pass if you ever wanted to try streaming them. Yeah, I've tried a few times. I've never really put enough time into them. But I like how they bring the world across. I think they're fun. Don't know if I'd ever stream them. Maybe. Maybe I'll go back and play one again and see. Little pig. Nearly there with this thing, really. I think I'm going to do a very final, very small cream highlight. Literally just picking out tips of the ears there. Tiny bit on the cheeks. Tiny bit on the lip. And there. It's just a little pig. Just innocent pigs. Alright. We're getting there. Ooh, hang on. Need to do a tiny bit of tidying up around this eye. Okay, that's better. Painting these eyes is going to be quite nerve-wracking, I think. But let's see. Benny42 says, I've got an assignment to bash out. Give me a while. Hope it goes well, Benny. Right. I regret painting the eyes first. There, I said it. Oh, fuck. Alright. Okay. Tim Hutchinson says this is entirely off topic, but I'm curious what sort of music you're listening to lately, Johnny. As per usual, I'm kind of bouncing around a lot of different genres. So my favourite bands are Frightened Rabbit, Murder by Death, Amigo the Devil. Oh god. But then I like sort of all sorts. Like I like a bit of doom metal, like Bell Witch. I like, like Phoebe Bridgers and Pup, and what else? Let's have a look at me old Spotify. What were my top songs last year? The Mountain Goats, Julian Baker, Samia. Sloth Rust. Bloody love Sloth Rust. Kind of bands like that, basically. Right. Oh, these eyes are troublesome. It's been a while since I've had to paint eyes that are this. I mean, they're large, which helps, but they're also a very specific shape, and they are, I think, as you can tell, oh god, crucial to this sculpt, because it's so cute, and the eyes are a big part of that. Uh-oh. That was weird. I think OBS disconnected and reconnected there. Can everyone see? Am I still here? Please tell me if I'm still here. On your screens, I mean. I know I'm still here, but... everything fine here. Thanks, Mals. Cool, great. Sorry that my beard is encroaching into the shot. God, that's a lot of grey. Oh well. Will says, no, I can't hear or see you, sorry. Well, damn it, we had a good run. That's the channel over, everyone. You can tell I'm worrying about these eyes, because I keep putting my head on my hand when I go back to the palette. Okay, we're getting there. One second, I just need to send a quick message to somebody. One sec. Sorry. Okay. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I hope I get your surname right, Vivian. I'm very sorry if I fuck it up. Vivian Sasidaran has done a super chat saying, since we're talking about music, Mental Health is Less Grim If You Pretend It's Old Boats was in my Spotify top 10 list again for the third year in a row. Got me through some times. Thank you for doing that. I mean, you're very welcome. It was a very silly but very fun thing to get to do with Luke Westerway on that album, which is great. Okay, I got the name right. Good. That album is a lot of fun, but it was so lovely to be invited to do guest vocals, I guess you'd call it. Yeah, it's lovely, and I'll be honest with you, I find Luke's creative mind fascinating and like genuinely inspiring. Like, he's got such a strong creative drive, and the things he creates are so thoughtful and like that little bit unorthodox, you know, like, and I mean that in a good way. Like the Christmas single, Everyone Else in the World, I think about it sometimes. The lyric, like, it's, you know, it starts off with sometimes it's hard to be yourself, but then he says, you'll be told don't be afraid. No, you'll be told don't worry, just be yourself. You'll be told don't worry what others think, be yourself, which is right, but it's alarming because it means that there are people who don't want you to be yourself at all. And like, it's musically interesting because it's like it's hard to fit into that line, but it flows really nicely and is kind of like a little bumpy road, but it lands. But also, what a fucking brilliant sentiment, and how well and succinctly expressed. It's unironically one of my favourite lyrics. I think it's brilliant. I just think Luke's very, very talented, basically. Don't tell him I said that. Alright, so we've made the tongue a little bit more prominent. I think I'm just going to do a little dot on each eye. And I don't know. Let's see. Let's just see. Let's find out. Kind of want this to be like... Now, does that look like... Oh God. Do those look like pupils to you or like a little reflection? Pupils or reflection? I guess it kind of depends on the angle. Reflection, says Colin Lester. Okay, cool. Reflection's kind of what I'm aiming for, but if it is pupils, then I don't really mind. Cool, great. Okay, cool. So now we just need to put some verdigris on the metal, and then I think we can call this little piggy done. And then we'll do the base, and then we'll have a little break, and then I'll start painting the Titan. Hannah Axelson says, am I the only one who finds the pig slightly terrifying? It's something about the eyes. I think you might be the only one, Hannah. I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh. I should also show you the project I'm working on at the minute, because I'm quite pleased with it. I'm making some orcs into a human team for Blood Bowl, because in Blood Bowl there's an imperial nobility team that's frequently abbreviated to Imperial Nobs, but in Warhammer there are some orcs that are called Nobs, but NOBZ. So I've filed off a bunch of the really orcish bits, and I'm making little pantaloons for them, and I'm giving them sort of very human embellishments on the armour to make some Imperial Nobs. And I'll be honest with you, it's very time consuming, but it's one of my favourite projects I've done in bloody ages, and I'm hoping once they're all painted up it's going to look quite good. The good news is I don't have to run. I'm not going to run this team in our Blood Bowl League for 2 years, so I've got time. But there's quite a lot of work to do. You'll notice this one here currently has a dirty great hole in the top of the breastplate, because normally that's where there are like leather straps and a spiky ring that holds it together. But that's too orcish, so I'm having to because this is the same base model. I've had to sort of seal it up with epoxy. Well, is it epoxy? It's called brown stuff, but lol, it's called brown stuff. But yeah, I'm having so much fun with this. It's just finding the time, and also, the thing is, I also because getting rid of all the really orky spiky bits, it requires a lot of filing, and obviously inhaling filed down plastic is not good. So when I do it, I have to do it on the balcony with a rebreather mask on, so I look very strange while I'm out there. But also it's winter. I was out there for a bit during the Christmas break, sanding some stuff down, and I just came back. I had to come in after half an hour, so it was a bloody freezing. But hey ho, it was fun, so can't complain too much. Right, where's the verdigris? I think this is it, or is this moss? No, verdigris. There we go. So this is Dirty Down. I hate that name. Dirty Down Verdigris water soluble paint with a smooth finish. It's high matte and semi-permanent. Hi Matt. Will says, you're fine to inhale some sanded down plastic. It's fine for Viggo Mortensen. It's fine for you. Oh, there you go. That's fine then. There we go. There's the ball bearing. I'll tell you what I am going to do first, actually, is varnish the rest of the model. Because I don't mind the verdigris being semi-permanent, but I'll need that for later. Because this is a metal mini, I find paint chips off it quite easily. Oh no, that's chipping medium. That's liquid frost. Welcome to Non-Binary Person Looks Through a Box of Paints. Today we're actually looking for a varnish. Psych. Where's it fucking gone, though? That's the question. Oh, dear. Maybe I will spray varnish it. There it is. Got it. Will says, is it possible to get a YouTube channel demonetized from a sound? Oh, God. Fuck. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Because there was quite a lot of that. I'm pretty sure not. Because some of the noises ASMR people make on their channels, like slurping in ears and stuff, they're pretty full on, you know? I haven't used this in a while, so it's the tip's clogged. Behave. Oh, I know. I've got a where's my? There it is. Okay. Vegan Lightfoot says, "Have to go. Enjoy your painting. Take care. Thank you very much for being in chat. It's been lovely to see you. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day." Where the hell have all my sculpting poke things gone? Why can't I talk? It's going to be a long year if this is what I sound like all the way through. Oh, there we go. That'll work. As you can see, my office is... oh, no, that's way too big. No, that's perfect. Wow, I must be more tired than I thought, because I just tried to screw the lid onto a drill. Fuck! Like I say, it wasn't the most relaxing of breaks. It wasn't the most serene of Christmas breaks, but hey-ho. There we go. Oh, for God's sake, loads of it hit the palette anyway, so... Freya's done a super chat saying, "There is a song in New Zealand called 'We Don't Know How Lucky We Are, and we don't know how lucky we are to have you. Your kindness and enthusiasm are a gift.'" That is unbelievably sweet of you to say. Thank you very much. That's very kind. And thank you for the super chat. Will says, "Turnip minis are in your inbox. They've arrived!" Amazing. Turnip 28, if you're not aware, is a war... It's like a small model count war tabletop game set in like the Napoleonic era, in a world where basically everything is horrible, and the only thing to eat are turnips. But when you eat turnips, they change you. And armies are comprised of toffs, or snobs they're called, and then what are they called? Followers. But basically, like, the aesthetic's really weird. So my army, for example, has loads of pigs. So this is, I haven't painted him yet, but this is the general for my army. So there's two pigs there and a barrel, and then he's just like a weird pointy-faced dude riding atop it. It's incredible. And like, here's another guy that I haven't painted yet, but he's got barbed wire on his back, and he's got a horse leg for an arm, and there's a pig there. And this is actually an official miniature. This is a cannon. It's called the Grand Bombard. Like, I bloody love Turnip. I haven't played it in too long, but it's hilarious and really, really fun. Right, so while that varnish dries, we're actually just going to quickly paint this base so that we can do the frost effect on it. For that, we'll need some blues. So we're going to get blue-grey, which is a really nice light grey. Dark sea blue, that'll be our base. And then... that's none sauce. Come the fuck on. Welcome back, non-binary person box paints. Today we're looking for a blue that I can never... Oh, field blue. There it is. No, that's steel grey, but we'll use it. Steel grey will work fine. So we've got these three colours, which are all meant to be sort of like sea ice, you know? Gigi Roland says, sorry, a stupid question. There are no stupid questions. This is only my second painting stream. Do you utilise most of the ones you paint, or are most just decorative? I would say I utilise 90% of the things I paint. Generally speaking, I'm painting things to be used in games. So I paint a lot of Blood Bowl, I paint Turnip, I paint some Warhammer 40k. Sometimes I will paint a model just for funsies, but it's fairly rare that I do that. So, Simply Dave MN says, someone with a decent 3D printer should print a Blood Pair team for Johnny. Okay, firstly, I have a 3D printer, and secondly, I don't want that. I desperately don't want that at all. Mark says, that's none sauce. Was not expecting to hear that one. Yeah, I still got it. It's Mark's original recipe, nun sauce. Mark has basically made an incredible paint that you can just slap onto things, and it gives a really lovely sort of blue, but also still quite creamy, quite white, lovely texture. And it's just jokingly become known as nun sauce. And Mark was kind enough to give me a small pot of nun sauce when we saw each other last. It's very kind. Right, let's paint this base. First step, let's blue tack it to this shade. Britt Kelly says, do you prefer spray or paint on varnish, or does it depend on situation? I prefer paint on varnish. I only really use spray on varnish when there is something that can be activated again by water, like this. So when this goes on something, if you then get it wet, it'll smudge and come off. But because basically Blood Bowl is a game in which models get knocked down a lot, they get tackled, so they get placed face down or face up, and you move them around a shit ton over the course of a game, so you end up handling or manhandling them, or them handling them, more than you would any other mini in a game. So varnishing Blood Bowl models is extremely important, so I always use paint on stuff, so I make sure it's going on. So that's the dark sea blue on there. That's going to be our core. And then let's go with steel grey. Just going to do this really quick and slightly dirty. Let's just bobble it around with a finger, hey? Phrasing. Build it up a bit more in the middle. Turns out wet blending is just really good, isn't it? Silly wet blending. And then finally, we'll get some blue-grey out. Dan Keller says, I'm off to invent dinner. Bye all, have fun. Take care. I hope the invention goes well. If you work out what dinner is, please tell me. Bit of fun there. Oops. Well, this field blue really isn't actually showing up at all. Let's get some cream in there, get it lighter. Yeah, that doesn't really look like much, but that's okay. It's fine for this to be really fuzzy. In fact, that's kind of where I want it to be. Because once the frost effect goes on. Neko the Kitty says, Johnny, what are your thoughts on the Oxventure minis? I think they're gorgeous. I think my favourite's Egbert, because I think it's just such a good representation of the character. I think they're lovely. Having seen them, not in the flesh, well, I was in the flesh, but they were in the plastic, resin. They look good fun. I didn't know they were happening until prototypes had already happened. I was like, excuse me, you're doing what? So, hang on. Water's good, isn't it? Big fan of staying hydrated, actually. I'm going to do one last bit. I'm going to do a bit more varnish, basically. Con24 says, which mini NPC would you want to have? Oh, goodness. That's difficult. Bismuth, but she'd have to be able to transform into a jet, like an actual transformer. Or, I don't know. Strange Tide, maybe? Don't make me choose. Right, that's enough varnish. There we go. Rob says Chauncey, not bloody Chauncey. Reese says, Johnny, would you want them to do a Rust NPC minifig? Rust would be cute. Because Rust's Rust's a PC that I imported. Oh shit, I just remembered. Around this base, there's a tiny bit of sort of basically sitting on. Where's that field blue gone? Bad time to do this when there's also varnish, but hey ho. Doesn't have to be perfect. But I'm also going to put frost on it. Whoops. Edward Suter says the 60 skeletons and one flaming skull. Unfortunately, I don't think army boxes are really likely, but it's so surreal to have figures of characters from like a world I helped create, you know? Like they made the characters, but I don't know. It's never not going to be surreal to see Oxventure merch, I think. It's cool, obviously, but wow. Rob J says, Johnny, do the pig in a mud spring in the tundra. I can't be asked, Rob. Sorry. A bit of brown gloop would hide that lip. I know it would. But I'm going to frost it instead. It's going to paint frost on it. Quinn Gray says, I die for an Oxventure DM screen. Please don't. I'll put in a good word. No one needs to die for that. Adam G says, cannot wait for the Oxventure minis to arrive. The only thing that would have been better is if they'd had a set you could paint yourself. That would have been cool, but like I think a lot of people have asked for the same thing, but I think it's just very difficult to produce them. I don't know. I'm not sure. Reese says, Bumble Orphanage minifig, except it's a bucket filled with red mortar. Oh dear. Oh shit, I just remembered. This is a slot base. I'm going to have to cut that off. I'll wait for this to dry. But Chris Worsley says, hello, Johnny. Happy first paint stream of the year. Hello, Skelly Pals. Hi, Emma Benton. Hello. I hope you're well, Chris. Just waiting for the paint to dry on this as well. Should we take our break early? Because there's some stuff here that needs to dry. So we may as well take a little break. So, with all apologies to Chris, who's literally just arrived, we're going to take a 5 to 7 minute break. So I'm going to drift off and go to the toilet and get some fresh water, etc., etc. If there's anything you need to do in the next 5 to 7 minutes, or if you're peckish, or you need a drink, or you're too warm, or you're too cold, or there's something you've been putting off that you can do in the next 5 minutes or so, go do it. If not, don't worry, there'll be some smooth jazz and a picture of a very good dog, and then I'll come back and we can carry on talking nonsense and painting little miniatures. So be right back. See you then. Hello everyone! Welcome back to this stream here on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. That is me, I am Johnny Chiodini. And, well, that's it really, but I'm Johnny... Hello! We've been painting a pig. This pig, which is tiny. Look at the small pig. Could swallow the pig whole. Please don't swallow the pig whole. Here's the pig. Little pig. So what we're going to do now is... So I've just varnished it. Ooh, carefully does it though. Going to get the pig off the base, remove the blue tack, and then what I want to do is with a pair of snips, trim this metal strip off because I don't need it. And then we're going to glue the pig down onto this base, and then we're going to apply a frost effect. In order to make it look like it's all frosty and icy. But for that I need some snips. So, if you bear with me 1 second, I'm going to get my tin. So this is actually my project tin for my Imperial Knobs team. So I've got all sorts of baggies full of different orcs that I'm in various stages of filing down and snipping up and all that kind of thing. This is going to be such a long project, but I'm having a really good time with it. Anyway, snips. Simply Dave MN has done a super chat saying, any thoughts on the recently leaked Wizards of the Coast license change proposal that says pay 25% gross to partners, brackets LSP opinions too? Well, like, it's, you know, it's a leak, and it's kind of, you know, like, officially it's, you know, unconfirmed right now, but it does seem a bit weird. I think it's like it's really tricky that they've kind of gone from being, you know, this sort of OSL thing to suddenly being like, if you make over, because it is over a certain amount of money. If you make over a certain amount of money, you need to pay us royalties. Like, I think it's. I don't love it. I guess I don't. Yeah. I don't really love it, and I feel like it's going to alienate a lot of people for short-term gain. I think you're going to see people look for different games rather than continue to play D&D with those terms, I reckon. I think it's going to be a deal-breaker for a fair amount of people. Here we go, look. So the pig's going to sit down like that, and then we're going to frost it. So let's get the super glue going, which of course leads to my next question. It's over there. It's not a business decision I necessarily understand or agree with, but, you know, we'll see what actually shakes out. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a bit of backtracking on it, you know. Paul Howarth says, is the cat on stream or do I need to check the house for visitors? No, my cat Luna is singing the song of her people just outside this room, so... I mean, I cannot say definitively that there aren't intruders in your house, Paul. So maybe do check, but also there's a cat here. That's about all I can say. And I cannot take responsibility for for your own personal safety. So I'm not going to make definitive statements about whether or not there's someone in your house. This is such a weird conversation. Why am I like this? Anyway, look, there's a pig on a bit of ice now. Aldi Masner says, so can we expect Ox Ventures to try other systems? I can't say anything definitively either way. I genuinely have no idea. We've not even talked about having that conversation yet, so... I say yet, I don't even know if that conversation is coming. We are going to try other systems in that, you know, Oxventure One Shot Wonder is a thing, and we're going to do other series like Blaze in the Dark. Oxventure in the Dark, available on all good YouTubes now. So we're going to try other games anyway. But, genuinely, like... So far, there has not been a conversation about potentially moving away from D&D. And I am a freelancer who, freelances for outside Xbox and Extra. In terms of the business, it's not mine, so I am not able to comment, basically, on or speculate on the future of Oxventure vis-a-vis this leak. But anyway, here's some liquid frost effect from Green Stuff World. It's, as I said, a saline solution, and it forms crystals as it dries. And I'm just slapping it on there. So as that dries, it should look all frost-like. And then once that's done, I'll do a rim on the base. And then that pig will be done. Neck of the Kitty says, Alex Simkin and I have been discussing recipes for an Oxventure cookbook. What dishes would you include? Egbert and Bismuth's massive sandwiches, I reckon. Quinn Gray says, is the frost thing something you bought or something you made? It's something I bought. Where's it gone? What the fuck? Where's it? Oh, it's there. It's made by Green Stuff World. It's called Liquid Frost. So, yeah. Anonymous says, once you find a good shader, it's all smooth saline. Hilarious. Aiden Folk says, Scotch eggs. Yes, absolutely. So, Scotch eggs, bisque, massive sandwiches. Probably a milkshake from the Neutral Milk Hotel. Although, obviously, that would put you in copyright infringement grounds. Alex Simpkins says hot dogs. I'd have the same recipe 30 times with different names. All of the different names we gave hot dogs. Minna L says Grimoire Stew. Phenomenal callback, Minna. Absolutely. Yeah, big time. Charles the Great and Powerful 2 says, Johnny, how do you feel about YouTube's new you swear you're demonetized policy? Fuck it. I get it. Like, I understand, like they've always had stipulations about profanity. Like when you upload a video, if you want it to be monetized, you have to say there's no excessive swearing and there's no strong swears in like the first 30 seconds of the video. And like, sure, they're within their rights to push it further if they want it to be, a more family-friendly platform. I feel, fortunate in that ad revenue doesn't really factor in much into my income. The ad revenue I get from YouTube actually isn't loads. The majority of my income comes direct from Patreon or from Super Chats. So it doesn't really change that much for me. I'm going to keep swearing because I swear a lot, But it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I don't like that, but it doesn't like piss me off, I guess. Ducks Piloting a Mech, brackets formerly Thomas Ogden, has done a super chat saying, Chul with Coruscant's garlic sauce, surely. Yeah, of course. Yeah, big time. Oh, that'd be good, that one. Right. Call Me Mug says it's brand friendly rather than family friendly, I'd argue. Yeah, I agree. That's very true. Although, if they want it to be more brand friendly, they should be looking at cracking down on some of the content they have. Like, some of the fucking professional react to stuff like, oh, I'm definitely going to make a video about this controversy, people. And all your MRAs and all that kind of shit. That's the kind of stuff they need to be cracking down on. Not if I say heck or damn or poop or whatever. Oh, Alex has reminded me for my P.O. Box address. I will send it over, Alex, but I will say don't feel like you have to send me these minis, like, because I've got so much I need to paint. I don't know when I'm going to get to them, so I would actually really love it if he's actually, could he send me the STLs maybe? Anyway, I've put it there anyway. That is the PO box, but you shouldn't feel like you have to print anything for me. because I just don't know when I'm going to get to it. Right. Now this is sort of, well, it's drying. Not seeing any crystals turn up yet. Anyway, we'll leave that for now. We'll come back to that later. So it's just the base. Let's have a go on this Imperator Titan. Imperator Titan? I like saying Imperator Titan, even if it's maybe not correct. So, fuck it. This is a fiddly sculpt, but it's got to be painted one way or the other. I believe this is heavy red that I've then shaded. So what I'm going to do is go back in with the heavy red with a small brush and start layering it back up. So there. Try and stop me, everyone. Mel says, can I send in a postcard to the PO box? Of course, yeah. Absolutely, you can send things to the PO box. That's what it's there for, really. Oh, I haven't posted about it yet. I got a phenomenal t-shirt. It turned up after Christmas because of postal delays and strikes, but I got a very good shirt. I'm going to put a reminder in my phone to post about that. Just about shirt. Titan Uranus says sweet chili tuna melts are on their way. Don't you fucking dare. Right. So this is going to look quite dull for you lot, I think, but I'm just going to start painting some of this heavy red back in select areas, so that sort of the sides of these panels look darker, but the middle is still bright. And I'm going to try and keep track of what I have and haven't painted so far. Because when I was originally painting this and then doing extra coats and stuff, I found it quite fiddly, and I found I kept missing bits. So I'm going to do all of the turrets first. It's also one of those ones where you can't see brilliantly, you sort of have to just poke the brush in there, phrasing, etc., etc. One. Oh, that looks better already. Good, okay. Right, turrets, turrets, turrets. I really struggle painting vehicles sometimes. Is this a vehicle? It's more of a mech cathedral type thing. More of a city, really, if you think about how many hundreds of people it takes to operate these things. But yeah, I tend to struggle. I just find them very big and distracting projects, and then I sort of get dispirited and stop working on them. But they are cool. Like, I love this sculpt, I have to say. I see a lot of you are worried about Eurogamers' prospects if they can't swear anymore. They'll be fine. They'll be alright, I'm sure. Well, it is refreshing to be back on a channel where I can swear. I do feel like no swearing was the right rule to instigate when I started the Dicebreaker channel, but I'm very glad that it turned into a do as I say, not as I do rule. And I'm swearing again. Which fucking turret, talking of which, was I just painting? Because I cannot tell. Oh, this one. Really bodes well for the impact of this particular step I'm doing in the painting, but hey ho. Tegan Evans says, what's this cathedral mech thing for again? So this was for Epic 40k, which is Warhammer 40,000, but on a different scale, because this thing is meant to be absolutely colossal. So you got small units, but that kind of hasn't been a format for decades now. So what it is really is a gift from my brother, because he saved up and bought one of these when we were young, and the kit had some bits missing, and so it went back to the shop and he didn't get another one. So I thought I'd put it right. So I got one on eBay, stripped the paint off it, and I've been meaning to finish painting it for quite some time now. And here we are. There is an inherent risk in streaming something when it's meant to be a surprise gift, but I think I'm going to get away with it, to be honest. Pleased to say that my brother doesn't tune in to watch my stuff. As far as I'm aware, anyway. He could be watching right now. For all I know, he's Will. Well, except for Will's non-binary, but you know what I mean. I just picked a name at random. Yep, that barely looks any different. But it's worth doing. Turrets, 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 turrets. Let's do this. Will says, I don't think you're my brother. I saw my brother over Christmas and he is bald. Okay, yeah, fair. My brother looks nothing like you, actually, so I don't know why I picked your name out of random, but there we go. Fun joke. We did a bit, now it's over. GG Roland, there's another super chat saying, I got some bad medical news today, not life-threatening, but expensive and problematic. I didn't expect to smile today, so thanks for that. Thank you for that. I'm very sorry to hear the news. I do hope it is sorted out smoothly and it isn't too much of a financial burden. And you are very welcome. I'm glad to be able to help even a little bit on what I'm sure has been a very tiresome and trying day. So lots of love. Take care of yourself. And thank you for the super chat. And I hope everything goes okay. Ducks Piloting a Mech, brackets, formerly Thomas Ogden, has done another super chat saying, Johnny, what's worse, Ellen's puns or Andy and Luke's Beeples nonsense? Really curious after convoing this chat. Well, the puns happen a lot more. They're pretty relentless, whereas the Beeples only come out every so often, but also the Beeples stuff makes me despair. So it's kind of like saying, what would I prefer? To be slapped lightly on the face 2,000 times or hit in the face once with a shovel. Maybe I'd take the shovel. Probably the shovel, if I put it into those terms. Thank you for reminding me of two very upsetting things. And thank you for the super chat. Talking of super chats, Stefan MD's done one. Saying, missed the Christmas stream, so here are my belated greetings and a small something to celebrate one of my favourite channels. Unrelated, my son, 4 years, has recently picked up free drawing and painting puzzles and figurines. That sounds great. When I was 4, I was doing nothing of merit. So yeah, shout out to your son. Thank you for a very lovely super chat, and a generous one at that. That is very, very kind of you. I appreciate it. I assume it's going to be a while before your son gets into 40k or something, but I wish him well. That's why I haven't worked on this in a while. It's boring. I think it's going to be more fun when I get a lighter red in here, rather than what it feels like I'm doing, which is just refreshing the same red. Oh, goodness. Stephen Walters has done a super chat saying, "Hi Johnny, not quite a live one since before Christmas, so here is money and a question. What's the plan for a dead Overturer? I assume that's Oxventurer. What happens if we kill an Oxventurer? I think it would depend on who it is, which makes it sound like I would insist on certain characters staying dead, which is not what I mean. I think I'd have a conversation with the player and say, look, do you want to make a new character, or do you want to... shall we do some sort of quest to resurrect them thing? Also, I don't like... I feel like it's actually quite hard to kill characters in D&D. Like, I know that there are DMs out there who are like, yeah, do a total party wipe on, like, session 1 or la 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 la. But, like, I think we all know by this stage, Oxventure is not that kind of game. So, it's hard to see me, like, killing a character without either meaning to or it literally being planned. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see. Will says just leave them in the studio. God. So I don't know, because it's the funny thing, right? Is like, I don't know how anyone would react. Like, would people get pissed off if we killed a character? Would they be excited? You know, people have asked me, like, is the Oxventure just going to carry on? Are you going to reset ever? Are you going to, like, go to new characters? And the simple answer is, I don't know, because I think it's a very big decision, and I don't know what people would make of it. So kind of until it comes up organically, I'm just not worrying about it too much. and we'll sort of see when we get there. At this point, after 5 years and live shows and merch and all that kind of stuff, I think it would be a very big thing for me to take someone's character off them when all of the group are very used to playing their characters, and the characters are, beloved by people, which is lovely, but yeah. Well, says, I think Nathan would be delighted if he finally gets his £2 to pay off. I know. I'll get there. Titan Uranus says, does it affect the issue that there is merch now? I don't know. I kind of joked about it with the guy who sort of made the merch happen back when I still worked at the same company. I was like, oh, great. Now I can't kill anyone. It would probably factor in. It's probably a conversation that would need to be had. I don't know. We'll see. Basically, I've not thought about it too much, and I've not tried to absolutely body anyone too hard. In the Ox venture. Ooh, that was clumsy. Ugh. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is start mixing up a brighter red. It's just sort of getting to that time, isn't it, where we need to start layering this. Ah, Eve Boland says, hey Johnny, hope Pig's okay. Celebrating 1 year of HRT this week. Hey, congratulations. I hope it continues to be a euphoric experience for you. Rob J says, sounds remarkably like plot armour to me. No, it's t-shirt armour. I'd have to talk to their merch guy. Basically, I don't know. I'll let you in on an Ox Venture secret, everyone. I'm winging it. So we'll see. Expressive Depressive has done a super chat saying, my friend and I co-GM'd Blaze in the Dark and planned a first session full party wipe after secretly individually conspiring with each player to plan what their spirit playbook would be. Wow, that sounds like a lot. How did it go? Don't have to super chat that, obviously. I hope it went well. I hope everyone had a nice time. Because that's big. That is non-trivial, to say the very least. Right. This is a lighter red, and what I'd like to do is work it in here, just painting more toward the tops of these turrety bits. Shh, Luna, dreadful cat, always screaming. Oh, we're starting to see some crystals forming on the pig's base. It might take another coat, but you can sort of hopefully just see on the edges little sort of saline crystals coming in there. There we go, that's a bit better. So I kind of, there we are, that's the effect I've been wanting for this whole thing, is just sort of, it's a little sense of light. That's what this model's needed for over a year. Well, maybe not over a year, but the best part of a year. Why is my voice going like this? What's happening to me? Oh no. I'm turning into some sort of, oh God, what is happening? Guess I haven't guess I haven't streamed for a while, huh? Weird. Stefan MD has done a super chat saying, "My adult brain just remembered why my son came to mind during a super chat. Boy, hope your patrons convince you to play Ragnarok. Ragnarok is going to be on the poll for the next season of Press Any Chiodini. I didn't put it on this time because I felt like it would be maybe too soon, and I want to do one more series before I crack into it. Also, like, I know there will be people out there who haven't played it but want to, and so I'd kind of like to give them the chance to play it before I gallivant through it on YouTube. So yeah, the next season is The Outer Worlds, not The Outer Wilds. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. Fallout New Vegas is my favourite Fallout, and Obsidian is, well, behind both games, so we shall see. I really love New Vegas, actually. Whoops. Damn it. Come on, Johnny. Teresa M says, just started God of War last week, managed to get a PS5. Nice! It is remarkable how they are still so difficult to get hold of. Like, I really didn't think supply issues would last that long. And yet, here we are. Oh, shit. Emma Benton says, yeah, I'd wait on Ragnarok. Feels too soon. A Plague Tale Requiem, however. I'm not going straight back into that world, Emma, and you can't make me. A Plague Tale Innocence was harrowing. Great, but harrowing. Holy shit. Although I am intrigued to see how they're going to make it work, given, no spoilers, but like, the way the last game ends. I'm intrigued, to say the least. But it's going to have to wait a little longer, I fear. Emma says, it was so good though, honestly it ties to my game of the year for 2022 with Horizon Forbidden West. Okay, that in fairness is high praise coming from you. Sorry, I feel like we've reached that point in the stream where brain stop work quite so good and speech suffer. I think it's because there are just so many fiddly bits on this model. And so much to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to paint this for an hour and a half longer. I might switch to sculpting for the Imperial knobs, if I'm perfectly honest. But I'll do some more. I'll do a bit more, at least. It's good to keep chipping away at this. What we need is another Stubborn Project stream. That's what we should do. Maybe next week. Mel says, but games are back. Yeah, turns out games are back, everybody. Who knew? Shells are Great and Powerful too says, sculpting for the Imperial what now? The Imperial knobs, you heard. So the Blood Bowl team is the Imperial nobility, but often that gets abbreviated to Imperial knobs. And also some orcs are referred to as knobs. So I'm making an orc team into a human team. It's a very funny joke. If you ask me. Oh, Expressive Depressive did reply above. Okay, thank you. Oh, cool. Yeah. Unholy Glee says, Johnny, are you playing Darktide? I am, not as much as I'd like, but I am, and I enjoy it. I mean, I loved Vermintide. I didn't play as much of Vermintide 2, but I bloody loved the original. Yeah, I've got some pals playing it, but they're the same pals I play Halo with on Friday nights, and also we've all been really busy. So there's kind of a lot competing for our attention, really. But they like it, so that's nice. I think I'm going to try and encourage the odd Darktide night soon. Bowfine says, will the league be renamed Hot Knobs? Oh gosh, I hope not. We'd have to get new stickers made up. We still haven't finished last year's season. We got too busy to wrap it. So I've still not had my semi-final match yet, which is very exciting and scary. Skills Loading, so a super chat saying, a quick thank you. Your content helped me get back into several hobbies, including board games. Had my first trip to a board game cafe with friends yesterday as a birthday treat and had a blast. Well, that sounds fucking delightful. Happy birthday, belatedly, Skills Loading. And also, I'm very glad. They are good hobbies. Hobbies are also just nice to have. Like, so I'm glad I could help reopen the gates for you. The more the merrier, as far as I'm concerned. Oops. I'm just going to keep layering this up. I even start lightening the shade. Yeah, fuck it. Let's make a slightly bigger jump. It doesn't have to be the neatest. I want to get the overall effect. Thankfully, my brother's not too harsh a critic, so... Thunder Cookie says, totally fishing for a spoiler here, but can you or do you want to give us a teaser for the next collab with Joe Scrabbles? Well, we were hoping to do Christmas party beige foods, and then we simply didn't have time towards the end of last year. We've talked about maybe sandwiches, just talking about sandwiches. But right now, I'm not 100% sure. But it'll be something fun and silly, I am sure. Because Joe is just one of the best people. And yeah, I just love... I love hanging out with him, let alone working with him. Oh, Hayden Folks says Tesco meal deals. God, oh no, that's kind of brilliant. Oh no, but we could do a comparison of different meal deals, I guess. Oh no, that's brilliant. Oh no. We'd have to do what we'd have to do. Tesco Co-op. Sainsbury's, maybe? M&S, even? Oh, it's quite funny. Oh, fuck, it's quite funny. Goth Bunny says, oh, Boots, yeah. Thank you, Aberrated. Goth Bunny says, will you do any more cooking with Keely? Unfortunately not, no. I tried to bring it back and I failed. I burnt out on that show when I was doing Keely's Kitchen and I shouldn't have brought it back. So I'm afraid it's dead. But we had a good run on Eurogamer. We had a run of 1 episode on this channel, so... Well, technically there's 2, but I never released the second one to non-patrons, and now it feels weird to put it out because it will be an alert and I'll have to explain to lots of people that actually it's not a thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll just tweet out the link. I suppose I could put it in a playlist and it wouldn't, even if it's unlisted, it would show up. So anyway, blah blah blah. I'm afraid no more cooking videos. Will says, when will you wear wigs? Emma Benton says, do you wear wigs? That's such a bizarre video, but it's so much fun. My stomach's rumbling. Chaos says, how about a video where you and Joe try the strongest potions? I understand that reference now. Potion seller, I'm going into battle. The internet's fucking weird, isn't it? Well, it looks better than it did. So that's nice. Yeah, it's coming on all right. I'm going to do a bit of work on the yellow here and a bit of work on the black trim, and then I'll see if I can be bothered to do anything else. Nathan says, evening, home from work, and time to plan a Spire session for some horrible wrong-uns. Well, that sounds lovely, Nathan. hang on a sec, I need some water. Daydream Writer says, did you see that Vampire Survivors is now on mobile? I did. I just find it very hard to play on mobile. But according to Steam, it was my most played game on Steam of last year. But that's mostly because I didn't play much on Steam last year. I played a shitload more on Game Pass, because that's where Halo lives. And I like Halo. It's a very silly multiplayer time that everyone seems to hate. That's where I see articles all the time being like, Halo is cack. 343 Industries should be shot into the sun. But my friends and I have always just had a nice time playing it, so we don't really understand where all that's coming from. So we just now refer to it as Dead Game. Because of all the articles being like, fucking shit, dead game. I'm like, yeah, dead game. It's a dead game. Am I phoning this in a little bit? This is just what I do when I paint vehicles, though, so I should really stop soon and do something else. I'll sculpt some bits for some orcs. Yep. That's what I've got to do. I've got to do it because I'm getting bored. I just don't like painting vehicles. I mean, I feel a lot better about this than I did. It is cool. Anyway, let's get the phalanx yellow out. Oh. Crazy Melody says, right, finished eating dinner, back to knitting a striped jumper. I'm over halfway done with this. Nice! Is it for yourself or is it for somebody else? If it is for somebody else, I hope they appreciate it, because a shitload of work goes into knitting jumpers. One of my friends knits a lot, and so a lot of people are like, will you knit me a jumper? And they actually find it, like, kind of upsetting when people are just like that. It's just like, I don't think you realise how much love I put into these things for people, and also how much work it takes. Like, if you wanted to cost it up in terms of paying me fairly each hour, you probably wouldn't want to buy a jumper off me. But what you're doing is asking me to make you one, basically for free, which either shows that you're not very funny or you don't value me as a person, or both. So, yeah, that's the whole thing, isn't it? Call Me Mug says, I only started knitting a jumper for my partner when he married me. There you go. See? Ah, did you run into the Game Pass game is how I found you. The connection to Outside Xbox / Extra was a bonus. Hey, look at that. Cool. Thanks, Game Pass. I actually really do like Game Pass. I think it's great. Especially, like, given I stream a lot, it's nice to be like, well, what's on Game Pass? Because if there's something I'm excited about there, I won't have to buy a game today. Sarah Wilkins says, isn't there a curse around jumpers in the knitting community? Excuse me? Like a King Tut's tomb kind of thing, or... If there is, I certainly don't know about it, but then that's because I'm not really in the knitting community. I can knit, though. I learned how to make hats to impress somebody once. She was impressed. She just didn't want to go out with me. But she did like the hat, so that was nice. Right, there's a bit more yellow. Oh, I also wanted to do the whole, like, shading for gun scarring, or whatever it's called. Oh, Mel says, so basically if you start knitting a sweater, you will break up before or right after it's finished. Wow. Is that what they say? Are there any records of people doing it on purpose to sort of manifest the end of the relationship? Drakenhof Nightshades, more I'm looking for Druky Violet, that's what I'm after. Hello, welcome to Non-Binary Person Paint Box. Look. Where is Druky Violet? Please show yourself. There you are. Three Weaver says, usually it seems to be if you knit a jumper for a boyfriend, then you end up breaking up, usually because they don't appreciate the work that's gone into it. Understood. Right. Although, Anonymous says a sweater curse, basically a relationship often peters out in about the time it takes to knit a sweater. So the relationship ends as the sweater is done. Blimey. Knitting, accidentally bleak as fuck. I do like doing this. Just building up a purple shade on a gun to make it look like it's been fired a lot. Let's check in with the pig base, eh? Oh, look, it's formed some big old crystals. That's fun. Yes, it's formed a couple of crystals around the pig's feet. So it really looks like it's sat on some ice, which is good. Right. What I'm going to do is paint around the edge of that base with black, and then we'll do a bit more shading of that gun, and then I'm actually going to do a bit of sculpting. Just change it up a bit today, why not? Yeah, that brush will do. I don't really go in for New Year's resolutions, right? But I have decided this year I'm going to try to be a little less hard on myself. And a part of that, I think, is just being relaxed about changing things up and doing the things I want to do a bit more. And so this morning I was like, I could sculpt. And I was like, I don't know if that's going to be interesting. I don't know if people want to watch that, or, you know, like whether it's too samey or fiddly or blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, I'll paint something. You know what, actually, fuck it. Let's mould some stuff on some orcs. Or some orc, if you want to use Aragorn's plural. Let's on some orc. Ta-da! Lucy's on a super chat saying, not late, best wishes for 2023. Looking forward to more evenings in chill company with lots of sparkle emojis, and then in brackets, lots of sparkles to get us all through winter. Thanks. It is lovely to see you. I hope you're very, very well. And yeah, long live nice chill stream times in 2023. You know? Oh, Chaos says my New Year's resolution is the same as last year, 1920 by 1080. Very good. Big fan of that. Right. Put on some more purple shade on this until it looks like a gun that's been fired a lot, and then we'll change it up. You alright, Pickle? Hi. Watson just sort of dashed into the room and got in her crate, which is sort of a bolt hole for her, sort of a little safe area back here by my desk. Oh, bye then. Alright, I'm going to get rid of the Druky Violet now. Null oil time. Where the fuck is it? Welcome back to Non-Binary Person Looks Through a Paint Box. Today, null oil. Where is it? Why is it? Does it taste good? I'm not actually going to answer that last question because I already know it doesn't. So I have answered the question. I'm not going to experiment. I'm just going to tell you, no it doesn't. Brian Mullard is on Super Chat saying, hello all, arriving later than I intended. Impossible. Precisely when you mean to. Still glad to be here, heading to the start of the stream. Catch you back here, Brian, and then we shall travel forward into the future together. That was intense. That was too much. Brian, hi. If you're catching up with... Hi, Brian. Thanks for the super chat. Fucking hell. Ooh, dear. That really ran away from me, didn't it? Kira Cox says, Johnny, are you sleep drunk again? I don't think so. Like, I slept well last night, and I had a nap today. Like, I should be fine. But, I don't know. It's been the last couple of months have been a lot, so I'm definitely feeling less well rested than I normally do at this point in January. But, whether it's full-on sleep drunk, I'm not sure. God, that stream was intense. Right. That'll do for today, Imperator, Titan. It's time to work on some orcs with Delusions of Grandeur. So I'm going to put this back on the shelf where it lives. Okay. Ta-da. Okay. I'm pleased with the pig, though. Another thing. Little guy. I'm actually going to take a picture. So there. It's not focusing. Cool. Right. Interrupter Titan. Interregnum Titan. Titan. Very good chaos and well. Big fan. Bismuth says, not very covertly watching at work. If anyone saw this message, no you didn't. Understood, friend. Right. Here we go. Where's the... hang on. What bits do I need? Tin. That's green stuff. I don't need green stuff. I need brown stuff, which I prefer. Because it's... that bit tougher than green stuff. Right. Oh, and I need the models. Silly. Okay. Interior. Ty C has done a super chat. There is no message attached to it. But thank you very much, Ty C. If there was meant to be a message attached to that, just type it normally and I'll read it out. Either way, thank you. That's very kind. Adam G says, brown stuff? Yes. Let me explain. This is green stuff. It is a moulding putty. The idea is you cut a bit of the blue and a bit of the yellow, and you mix it together and it becomes green. You then can work with it for about an hour, I think, to sort of sculpt bits. So you can see here, there's a little banner there on this guy's shoulder pad, or there's like a little chest banner here on this guy. The thing is, this stuff doesn't dry as solid as the unfortunately named brown stuff. Why do they call it brown stuff? Because once you mix it, it's brown. But it's basically this silver and brown tape. Well, half of it's brown anyway. Ticey's done another super chat saying, no message. Thank you, Ticey. This stuff smells really alarmingly like cooked rice. It's very strange, but it's just a good moulding material. So Chris Worsley says, good old high quality epoxy putty. I like it. So here's what we'll do. Get the sculpting tool. Each one of these baggies is an orc. But I need to... You can see some of them still have like spiky bits, so I need to file those down. This team's going to take me forever to make. It really is. But Carrie Choi says, but does it taste like cooked rice? I don't know, Carrie. I'm not sure. I should find out. Going to use a scalpel. Always be very careful. If you are young, ask a responsible adult to help. If you are an adult yourself, great news. Nobody can tell you aren't responsible and take it off you. Benny42 says, I don't know, orcs are very much into their spiky bits. They are, but these are orcs masquerading as humans, so I need them to not be spiky. Because look, they've got pleated trousers. So, let's cut. Let's do this much. Wait a minute. Hang on. I need to determine how many orcs I've actually filed down to a point where I can sculpt bits on them. I will need to do heads. That's okay. That's alright. Okay. Get some heads out then. Is that too much? No, that shouldn't be too much, putty. You never want to cut too much, is the thing. You can always make more, but... Bismuth says, actual brown stuff. I thought they discontinued it. They discontinued brown stuff? What? Rob J says, I get the feeling Monk of all people would be able to tell you what brown stuff tastes like. If it's a hobby product, he's probably tasted it, yeah. No, it's still on sale. It's a bi-component epoxy putty. Yeah, you can still get it. Oh, he scared me then. Chris Rakowski has done a super chat saying, my wife and I have a robot vacuum cleaner called Henry Charles Fauntleroy Strutworth Colquhoun III at your service. I thought you'd enjoy that. Yes, please. I'm very glad that I have inadvertently named a vacuum cleaner. That's tremendous. Thank you for the super chat and for that delightful piece of information. Aidan Folks has done a super chat saying, it's unpleasantly like being drunk. What's unpleasant about being drunk? Just ask a glass of water. I like that. Very good. Right. So here we go. I'm just going to mix these two together. Douglas Adams joke. Thank you, Aidan. I still haven't read Hitchhiker's Guide, and I know a lot of you are already now typing, going, you what? But I just haven't got around to it yet. I will, I promise. I just haven't yet. At the minute, I'm reading The Daughter of Dr. Moreau by Silvia Moreno Garcia, which is very good. I've nearly finished it. And then I'm going to start reading A Brief History of Seven Killings by Marlon James. Marlon James is a very good author whose work I have read before, but he doesn't pull any punches. Chaos says in caps, go read Hitchhiker's Guide while watching Paddington 1 and 2. Right, here we go. Tell you what I might do is hit configure video and put autofocus back on. Because what I'm going to be doing is a lot of moving this stuff around. And you might want to see what's happening on the desk a bit. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to work on this fella. As I said here, you can see there's like a hole in the top. So I'm going to actually take a little bit of this epoxy. And with this sculpting tool, I'm going to press it in here to try and form a base so that we can then take a piece from up here and put it on, and just generally we want to fill this cavity. So I'm going to press from this side. Let's get this off the fucking... Press from this side and from underneath to try and just form a solid piece there, which I think has worked okay. And then let's... So there's an edge there. We want to follow that edge because there's a shoulder pad that's going to go on there. Now here, you can see there's kind of like... Come on, focus. Come on, focus. There's sort of a bit of a lip there. And we want that to blend smoothly. So actually I find just smoothing it down with a finger works quite well. Which is why on the counterpart of this one, there's so much putty on there. Focus isn't doing a terribly good job, but I still think it's worth doing. So we're just going to generally try and smooth out this hole and make it look like it is a solid breastplate. This stuff can be frustrating, but it's also quite fun. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. Oops. Shit. Steady, Johnny. Don't undo the work you just did. There's a slight depression there. Haha, same, etc., etc. Okay, that's fine. Try and smooth that out a little bit, and this part. Will says, whenever someone says that, I think of my friend Conan, who thought that swings and roundabouts meant that one was better and wanted to know if people thought it was the swing or the roundabout. That's quite fun. It's what you lose on the swings you gain on the roundabouts, I think is the phrase, isn't it? This needs to be smoother. I think I'm going to have to add more. Yeah, okay. Chaos says swings, definitely. I agree. I think swings are better than the roundabout. Oh, shit. There we go. That's a bit better. Kira Cox says, is roundabout British for merry-go-round in this context? Yes. I think that'll do for that bit, which is good news. So what we're going to do is that one's fine. I'm going to put that back on the shelf to dry. Now it's time to make pantaloons. Will says, nah, a merry-go-round is a carousel. Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, no, a merry-go-round's a carousel. Sorry. Brain went then. Right. So, it's probably a better way of doing this. The way I've started doing the trousers is I smush a bunch of this putty down until it's the required thickness. And then what I do is I get the old scalpel. Thing about this stuff is, I always try and walk it in. You do need to leave it for about 10 minutes. Because it's actually easier to sculpt with that way. I was hoping this would be a little further along. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the butt, because there's sort of like this weird stitching for the orcs. For fuck's sake, camera. And they have little builder's bums. So hopefully you can see that there. That's where the first strip is going to go. It's going to go there. And then we're going to sort of do one there and one there. And then we're just going to work our way around the legs until we've built up these trousers. So this one, I actually left the seam in between two. And I don't like the way it looks. So, anyway. So that's going to be too long, I think, but we'll find out. Lift it up with a scalpel blade, put the scalpel between two pots so it doesn't roll away and land on my lap. This is maybe too thick, this stuff. It actually is. I've made this too thick. That's a first. No bother, we'll just smush it. Okay, that's better. Corvus Albright says, have I a rust in time for talk of tush? Yes, thou hast a rust in time for talks of tush. Although sadly we are covering up orc butt rather than revealing orc butt. There's little Tuckus here. There's little Bippy. Then we just bend the strip up. That's ever so slightly too long, but no fear. Make a cut. I've never... I need the focus to pick up on this, because I don't know if you can see, but that is accentuating the shape of the behind. This orc's gonna have a real big bum, and I am all here for it. Is the autofocus helpful? Like, is it good to be able to see what I'm doing down here? Or would you rather I reset it so that when I come up here, it's a little clearer? Oh, that wasn't bad there, actually. It really is a lot of work for a pun that's not even that good. Nathan says make him the team cheerleader so he can clap for them. Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick. Fuck's sake. Okay. Let's put another one there. Nope, nope, nope. But. That's a big bum. Dinner the Dragon says, hello, I'm back. Hello! I'm making pleated trousers for orcs. It's silly, but quite engaging. Here we go. Make a careful cut and lift that away. Cool. Dinner the Dragon says, I'm painting normal orcs. What do you mean? You mean these orcs aren't normal? Do you find something unusual about these orcs? They're just normal humans, actually. There's something sensational about these orcs, and it's their butts. Well, it's been a while since we've had a good butt chat on this channel, hey? Come on, get in there. It's quite gratifying that I'm actually fairly comfortable doing this now. When I first tried doing this, I was so nervous, and I've never had good experiences really in the past with sculpting anything. So to find something that I not only enjoy, but I don't hate is really nice. So there. Don't really think "so there" was appropriate, but Corvus Albright has done a super chat saying, Tush Talk haiku for Tush Talk haiku time. Pleating pants for bums. Delicate work for thick tush. Noble line of work. Yep. That's just exquisite, really, isn't it? A lovely haiku, thank you. Let's cut that bit as well. Oh, come on. Let's stay there. There we go. Well, this is one of the better pairs of trousers I've done. I find it very funny. It's silly, but it's fun. Shit. Will says, right, I'm going to watch some wrestling and eat pizza. Love you all, bye. Take care, Will. Pizza and wrestling sounds pretty great, actually. I hope you have a lovely, lovely time. Oh, shit. No, I squashed it with my hand. Smushed this one a little bit. Fuck. No, it's okay. That's actually okay. Alright. Alright. Vivian Leong says, does the clay adhere well to painted surfaces, or is the orc not painted at all yet and is just naturally green? This is just green plastic. But it actually adheres quite nicely to it because it's an epoxy. So when it dries, it sort of just forms a firm plastic. So if you stick it down, like, it is possible to like shunt it off. But generally speaking, it doesn't need gluing down, which is nice. Shit. Okay, that's better. There we go. It's been long enough since I mixed this stuff together that it's not too hard to work with now, which is a relief. They said, struggling to cut a piece. I should be studying, has done a super chat saying, hey, you might remember me complaining about how I had 3 final exams on 3 consecutive days. I do remember. I was genuinely worried, because that sounds like a lot of stress. I'm pleased to announce that I aced all 3 exams with an average of over 87% for the term, with a ta-da, like, party emoji, brackets, science student. That is fucking impressive. Holy shit, well done. Hard work paid off. I'd like to thank myself for yelling at you to go study that one time. No, seriously, that's amazing, and you clearly put a lot into that, so good on you. Or you didn't, and you're just naturally brilliant, in which case I'm sorry I insulted your intelligence. Good work, bloody hell. Right. Shit. Oh no, maybe we're okay. Cut that. No. No. This should be going down the leg. It's basically the same thing, Johnny. You've just done exactly the same thing. Anonymous says, why do cows never hold a grudge? They turn the udder cheek. Christian cows do, anyway. Bloody hell. I should be studying says, it took a lot of hard work, but thank you so much for cheering me on. You're more than bloody welcome. You did all that yourself, quite frankly, and it's fucking impressive. Choosers. I want to open this bit up a little. There we go, that's a little better. Lolly. Okay. So what's everyone got planned for this week? How's your January going? I generally find my Januaries are quite quiet because everyone has such an intense social time in December that it all eases off again in January, which I don't hate. Although I promise I do like my friends. Ah! And drop the bloody orc. This is getting tricky now because I don't quite know where this seams are meant to... Oh, that's okay, actually. All right, that's fine. Ray PW says, more D&D character art drawing for me. That sounds nice. Ooh, Emma Blast says, picking up my bridesmaid's dress on Thursday. Exciting. Congrats on getting the gig. I hope preparations are going well. Wayhan Lem says, MIT Mystery Hunt starts this weekend, so I have a whole weekend of puzzle solving to look forward to. I'm also going to a book talk with Britt Bennett and a friend's engagement party. Well, aren't you the social butterfly? That all sounds very nice. We do like a puzzle. Okay. This might turn out to be, in terms of like shape and billowing stuff, my best pair of trousers yet. See, I'm not trying to count my chickens before they're hatched, but still. Claire de Bear says, this Saturday I'm taking alpacas for a walk. Blimey. Neko the Kitty says, weekend Korean classes start up again in a few weeks. That sounds nice. I should really get back to learning Italian. I lapsed some time ago and haven't been back to the little green bird that yells at me in my phone for some time. But I was enjoying doing it. I really had the momentum up, and it felt nice to kind of be connecting, even in a very small, passive way, with the culture of my ancestors and the origin of my surname. Although the Duolingo bird was really obsessed with whether or not the monkey was in the sugar. I don't know why. La scimmia non è nello zucchero. Just kept getting me to talk about where the monkey was in relation to the sugar. It was unusual. I know some people with like obscenely long Duolingo streaks, like hundreds and hundreds of days. I think I got mine up to about 60 odd, and then I lapsed. Because of course I did, but I was having fun while I was doing it. Don't drop it. Wow! Shannon Fallback says 538 days straight, baby! Impressive! What language? Please tell me it's Klingon or something like that. Fuck's sake, stop dropping the thing. Mr. Tom for the Win says I was lucky to get between 10 and 15 day streaks. You are, in fairness, a parent, so I imagine that occupies an amount of your time. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's Latin for Shannon Fallback. Heavens. Impressive. I'm in two minds about this particular set of trousers because I think they're clumsier than the other ones I've done, but they also have more of an actual cloth look to them. Like it looks like they hang more like material. So I'm kind of pleased with it. Zega Genesis says 846 in Italian. Holy shit! You must know where the monkey is at all times, let alone whether or not it's in the sugar. Very impressive. I'm now tempted to start doing it again, but I might leave it until after January because I don't want to... You know, when everyone's like, right, this year I'm going to eat right, and I'm going to walk everywhere, and I'm going to X, Y, Z, and you set yourself 100 different things, and then peter out on them because you just end up exhausted. So, like... I'm still getting back into the swing of the year and working. So I feel like if I try and force myself to do Italian lessons now, I'm going to biff it. Fuck. Blech, this one looks bad. No, I need a thinner strip for that. It might be too thin, but I guess we'll find out. No, it's okay. Fucking fuck. These legs in particular, this one looks bad, but also just it really sells the puffy trouser look. I'm completely torn. The individual strips are bad, but as an effect, it's good. Remarkable. And I've definitely, as per usual, cut too much putty. Kira Chevenel says, all right, lad, first live I've actually been able to watch. What the feck are we doing? The little man's looking good. That is some great positive energy that you brought in here. Hiya. So, first of all, hi. Nice that you could catch a live for the first time. Secondly, fuck. I'm making pleated trousers for an orc. Because the idea is, right, in Blood Bowl, you've got a human team, and they're called the Imperial Nobility, or some people call them Imperial Knobs. And in Warhammer, certain orcs are also referred to as knobs. It basically means like boss, to an extent, or like mid-level, you know, the middle managers of the orc world. So I thought it would be funny to basically remove all the spiky orc bits from an orc team and make them look like humans and call them Imperial Knobs with a Z. And I dread to think how many hours I've already put into this project. Given I need to make... Oh, fuck. I'm sort of in the process of making 3. And I need to make somewhere in the region of 12 to 15. But it is fun, so... Swings and roundabouts. I've got to stop saying that. It's just starting to lose all meaning. So they look daft, but also it's just fun. I mean, this one looks like it's got elephantiasis of the leg, but yeah, that descends way too far, actually. Fuck. There we go. Okay, that's better. There we go. Okay, it's good. Right, happier now. This is one of the silliest hobby things I've done, to be honest. Right. Okie dokie. So that's that set of trousers. So what I'm going to do is blue tack this orc onto this paint pot and put it back on the shelf to dry. Now, annoyingly, I've run out of orc bodies to work on without filing them down, but I don't want to file them down indoors because that generates a lot of plastic dust, which is extremely bad to inhale. I do have a rebreather mask, but I tend to just do all the filing outside. So what I'm going to do, because I reckon I can get away with it, I'm going to try and work on some orc heads. Nathan says, what about an orc in a suit and top hat as the manager? I've not even started thinking about support staff yet. I should, but I haven't. But that's not a shit idea, I hasten to add. Right, so, here's the kind of thing I'm looking for. We've got an orc here. Come on. He's wearing sort of a helmet with horns. And I reckon, if I get me snips, and I carefully remove said horns, this starts to look like an American football helmet. And then, if I can but sculpt some little face cage bars, I'm gonna reset the fucking focus on this thing. If I can just sculpt some little cross face things. Then it should look like a decent helmet. Just a bit of fun. Neko the Kitty says, can we see the pig again? Of course you can see the pig again. Here's the pig. So I painted this earlier. It's a little pig. It's sat on some ice. It's just hanging out. It's going to be... Oh shit, I didn't do the Verdigris. It's going to be like a sideline support staff member for my Norse team. Kira Chanel says, pig's name? Doesn't have a name yet. Not sure. Gigi Rowland says, paint, games and kindness. Everyone else in the world. Johnny Chiodini. I'm assuming 3 syllables on the last name. Yes, properly it's Chiodini. But no one in the UK says that. So it's long been a habit of my family to just say Chiodini and stick an extra syllable in. To the point where I was once checking into a hotel and it turned out the lady working behind the desk was Italian and at first couldn't find my name reservation. And then when I spelt out the name, went, oh, and corrected me on how to say it. Literally was like, say it with me. And I was like, I know, but I'm not going to be like, hello everyone, my name's Johnny Chiodini every fucking time. So, hey ho. She had a point, but also, come on. Pomelo Boomslang says, how you pronounce it is just as valid. Not to an Italian lady who has power over whether or not you have a place to stay that night. Apparently. It was quite funny in fairness. Right. Very carefully use the scalpel here as a mold line remover. Cut to me opening my thumb and having to stop the stream. There we go, smoothing off these edges. Now I have no idea if this is going to work, and I have actually considered instead using copper wire. Is that too thin? Oh no, it kind of looks about right. I might just use wire. How does a helmet go? It's kind of just like that, isn't it? It's like 2 lines and then a line going up the top. Let's see. Aiden Folk says, ooh, shiny. Yeah. Oh, I've cut too much putty again. You know what? That is the right way to do it. Stephen Nethercott says, always protect your thumbs. Cut towards your chums. I love it. Okay. I'm going to have to Google American football helmet. Okay. Yeah. That's right. That's what they look like. There's a face guard. I might just use wire on this instead of the putty. Rogue Monitor, bloody hell! Rogue Monitor has done an absolutely massive super chat that says, "Can't stop but welcome back. A happy new year and puppy recovery gift." Thank you. That's so kind. That really is a wonderful thing you've done. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it was a shit end to the year. I'll put it that way. But that is extremely kind of you. Oh, actually, that looks quite... No, I like it with the putty. Okay. Honestly, that's such a generous thing. Thank you. Okay. Cut in there and remove the side. Yes, this is going to work. Kira Chevanel says, "Oh, recovery fund. Yeah, it's okay. Watson's all right. Watson had cancer, but has had a couple of tumours removed and has had some scans, and we're pretty sure they got it all. So, she's still got some stitches in right now that need to come out in just under 2 weeks. But she's fine. You can probably hear her gadding about in the background. She's okay. So it's all right. And in trimming this bit, I've completely fucked it. This looks awful now. The trials and tribulations of sculpting with stuff. It just looks like I'm trying to give this guy a massive moustache now. Is The Wire, in fact, the answer? The Wire's a fantastic TV show, I know that much. Fuck. Fuck. I think I cut it too close. So when I trimmed it, it looked born. There we go. That I don't hate. Just got to do another one of those now. B Reynolds 376 is in chat and says, "Hey everyone, been a while since I've been able to catch the stream. Hope all of you are doing well." Oh yeah, doing alright, thanks. Wasn't the restful festive break I was hoping for. But Snorpenbass says the pig is the ball, right? So Pigglesworth, because flying pig. Who's Pigglesworth? A flying pig, I'm assuming, but I don't think I've ever heard of this character. But yeah, no, my break wasn't very restful, but it was nice. I had a quiet Christmas with my spouse and the animals, and had a nice New Year. That was fun. I actually went away this past weekend with some pals to a remote cottage, and we played some board games. But just worrying about the dog meant that I never actually started unwinding, so I still feel a little bit strung out, but it's fine. I'm taking care of myself. Come on. It's nearly there. This is gonna work. I think that looks like an American football helmet. What's it missing? there like a central line that goes up the middle? There is, isn't there? But it probably goes on the inside. Oh, not applicable has done a super chat saying, just finished rewatching Blaze in the Dark for the 5th-ish time. Excuse me, here's a beer on me and sorry to hear about Watson. Thank you, that's really kind. She's doing fine. She's going to be all right. But it was just a bit of a scary time, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Yeah. Why am I saying wasn't it? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, there's meant to be a little bar in the middle there, isn't there? That kind of joins those two pieces. Could I do it on the outside? Oh, let's try. Let's see. See what it looks like. It's got to be very small, either way. Yes, says Kira. Okay. Thank you, Kira. The name of the fictional pilot Biggles was Bigglesworth, so Pigglesworth. Got it. Thank you, Snop and Bass. Sorry, I was a bit slow. Well, I dropped that bit, didn't I? I was a bit slow on the uptake there. B Reynolds 376 says, good to hear. Also, these streams are part of the reason I've started getting Warhammer minis now. Nice! Welcome to the hobby. What kind of minis are you getting? Tiger Tales TV says, hi Johnny, arrived late as I'm in the throes of packing for a house move, brackets kill me. Hope you're keeping well and had a good start to 2023. I did. The year's going alright for me so far. I mean, knock on wood, because we're only 9 days in, but still. I really hope that the rest of the move goes swimmingly. It's such a horrible, dreadful, awful fucking thing having to move house. So you have my sympathy, to say the very bloody least. Yeah, look, I think that works. Fuck. Well, I dropped it. Oh, but there's that bit I had earlier. Okay, good. You know what? I think this might work. Nobody move. B Reynolds says I have some Necrons for 40k all assembled now. Need to start painting. Nice. Necrons are fun. Oh no, that's off centre. Don't fuck it up, Johnny. Johnny, don't fuck it up. Shit. I think that's okay. It's not my best work. That should really be on the other side. Echoing Video says, sorry to hear about Watson is a scary comment read to join in on. It's okay, Watson's fine. She had a couple of tumours removed, but she's alright. The dog is doing well. Does that look sufficiently like an American football helmet, do we think? Should I just be using wire? I don't know. Your thoughts, please. It's close enough, says Emma Blass. No, it's close enough, says Emma Benton. Emma Blass says, yeah, it's kind of old school. Yeah. It's kind of old school. Just wondering. Hooray! Colin says, stepped away, didn't know we were making when I came back. I thought football helmet. Okay, great. So, there's also this one, which is slightly different in that, as you can see, it's got this kind of side plate, but there's no top. So I'm going to have to make the top of the helmet, I think. Kira Cox says, wire is more accurate, but will not be visible at table distance. Yeah. Actually, do I want to work on this one now? I don't think I do. Aha, here's another helmet. I might try doing this one with wire, just see. Nubs McShouty, what a username, says you could do 1 bar and make them the real old helmets. I could. That's a shout. Actually, you know what? I just looked at this helmet on the table and thought, that's actually not bad. So, ideally that bar would be on the inside, but I can do that with the others. It's fine. This is my first time sculpting on stream. Or kit bashing, certainly. Having a lot of fun with it. Right, there are some, unfortunately, there's some like little spikes on this, so I need to get those away. Okay, that's easy enough. B Reynolds 376 says, oh, I also learned that the tabletop store near me has a Blood Bowl league. Well, if that isn't something. Honestly, I fucking love Blood Bowl. It does depend on the people you play with, obviously, but good God, I just think it's the best game. It's my favourite Warhammer game by a country mile. Oops. Let's see about wire. If I can find the end. Oh, I can. B Reynolds 376 says, sadly no Necrons in Blood Bowl, at least as far as at least that I could see. Alas. Yeah, different properties. Now the wire doesn't do it for me. But I also don't want to put bars on this head. So I realised it's got his full orky face out. I think that is sufficiently orcish. Blood Bowl-y. Oh, but I tell you what is a problem. The neck on this orc is massive. Okay, he's not going on that one then. Hold on. At this point, I'm just gibbering to myself, aren't I? Would it go on this one? That looks like a smaller neck aperture. Oh! I mean, this is... Okay, that sort of works. That would need some stuff to go on there. Okay, we can make this work. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's happening. It's happening. It's actually happening. Nubs McShouty quite rightly says there is a mummy team. You could probably kit bash some Necrons on there. Oh, that's really smart. That's really good. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Nubs. Oh no, am I going to do that? Yes, I am. I'm going to... Oh no. I really want to make a Necron mummy team now. Nubs McShouty says, sorry, boss. You say you're sorry, but I don't believe it. Thing is, I have an old school Tomb Kings team that I haven't painted yet. Because putting them together was a fucking pain in the arse. Okay, let's try and smooth this down. Unholy Glee says, well done, Nubs. Johnny is full of awe and despair. It's a good way to be. Excited and upset. Like crying with a heart on. Why, Johnny? Sorry, everybody. Well, that's the most regrettable thing I've said this year so far. But the year is young. I'm sure I can better that. All right. It's vaguely upsetting. The head is slightly too small, but I also think that's quite funny. Yeah, sorry everyone. Sorry again. I'll say something worse before the year is out, don't worry. Oh shit, I forgot to take off one of those spikes. I'll wait till that dries. There we go. I'm getting there. I've almost made a complete thing. Emma Blass says, where was the screen? I'm sorry, you're right. You're absolutely right. Hold on. There we go. I'm back. Oh, so I made that one. Okay. If that's bad, I can just snap it off and do it again, in fairness. So that's okay. Aiden Folk says it's the same shirt. Oh my god! It is the same shirt. Wow. Nessie says, oh, I heard the regret music. Came out to investigate. Is that new music, says Hermit Prime? Yes, originally it was Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, and then I realised it was killing the vibe too much and didn't really have the kind of you're on hold vibe I was going for, so... Right, let's see what else we can knock together in the next 10 minutes before we end the stream and we go back to our lives. Here we go, here's another helmet I can try and make look American football-y, while I just ping bits of plastic off the side of the flat. Whoever cut these off the sprue did a bad job. So I'm going to remove that little bit there. I bought these on eBay, and when they turned up, I was like, somebody sent me weed? Because it was just a weird package wrapped in cling film, and I was like, oh. I didn't tell anyone I wanted drugs. It was very strange. And then I opened it and was like, oh, it's orchids. Okay, right. So... we're going to try and do this sort of backwards. Goth Bunny says, please not back to my real life. I have a pile of people's self-assessments sat on my desk waiting to be done tomorrow. I'd rather be here cross-stitching along with the Johnny stream. I'm sorry. I need dinner at some point and the dog needs taking out. Catherine Redmond says, orc heads is now my new slang for buds. It's probably been called weirder things. Okay. Sorry, it's hard for you to see what I'm up to here. But I'm rolling the bars. It does look like soap bar, in fairness. I'm rolling the sort of crossbars here. And then what I'm going to do is I've got a vertical there. Grab that. Stick that sort of together. Fuck. This is hard. Ugh. Shit. God, this must be really fascinating for you right now. Sorry. Okay. Right, come on. Come on, you bastard. That's not gonna work. A glorious bit of trial and error going on here. No, that's fucked. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a fucking minute. There's nothing that says that this bar cannot just rest on the orc's face like that. At least for a moment. There we go. Okay. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with onions. I don't think that middle bit will show up at all, but I'm going to keep it there. Oh no, it's okay. Looks all right. Okay. Fuck. Oh. Okay, alright, well. That's kind of a helmet. This one's worse. It still reads like one, though. I don't hate it. Yeah, fuck it, I'll keep that. Right, you know what? I think that'll probably do it for today's stream. It's 4 minutes to 8 PM here in London. And it's time for me to totter off. So thank you so much for watching this this painting stream. I'm going to be back on Thursday when I'll be streaming a video game. I don't know which one just yet, but I'll have a think about it and I'll pick something. And I will let you know. And then on Saturday there'll be new episodes of Press Any Chiodini. So if you're a patron, you'll be getting the first proper episode of a new series, which is The Outer Worlds. And if you aren't a patron, then on YouTube you can find the next episode in A Plague Tale Innocence, which is a lovely, horrible game. I do have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Johnny Chiodini. There's a link in the description of this video, and I believe just one in chat. If you do want to check that out and support me directly, that would be lovely, but you know, obviously you don't have to. There's loads of stuff for you to watch on the channel, yada yada yada. So yeah, that's going to do it from me for today. But I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day, and yeah, be kind to yourselves. Goodbye. Wait a minute. Can we see the pig one more time? Go on then. Go on then. Hang on. The pig. The pig. I'll try and show you the pig on here. There's a pig. Look at it. A little pig. So there you go. Bye. Bye.